Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rogue Invitational. This is the Tailgate Show. We're going to have an absolute blast once again. This is event number 5 that's about to come up for the CrossFit athletes, the Duel III. It is day 3 of competition. If your eyes do not deceive you, the sun is actually shining out there. And I'm joined at the desk by Annie Sakamoto, who I've had on previously, 2-time individual games athlete, has competed a bunch in the Masters as well. And then Becca Voigt, who competed as an individual somewhere between 200 and 300 times. Just absolutely unbelievable for just the durability of this athlete. She was a mainstay for years and years. And, of course, Brian Friend, expert analyst. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
We're going to have a blast here.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah, the sun's out now. This particular event, the Duel III, the description is over and under the log. And then the athletes have 3 very heavy sandbags they're going to place into a teeter. For the women, those sandbags weigh 150 pounds. For the men, they weigh 200 pounds. This event previously had rope climbs sandwiched in the middle there. Those have since been removed just because if you've been following the Invitational since day 1, which if you haven't, shame on you, but weather has been unpredictable to say the least. Clear skies one moment, raining the next. So they didn't want to start this event with the rope climbs. It starts to pour down, and then they have to change or modify for the second half of athletes. That wouldn't be fair. So we're going to make it rain or shine. This is what's about to go down right here.
Yeah, and it's the 3rd year in a row we've had a version of the duel. Several of these athletes with some experience, but every year the task at hand changes a little bit.
Right, but they always tend to be these quick, fast, speedy little races. They're super fun to watch.
And this one, I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Obviously, the athletes will tell the story. It feels like it might be the fastest one yet.
Yeah, and definitely any error that you make on those logs is going to really contribute to your time, and I think that we'll be shocked.
100%. Did you two compete earlier today, Legends? Is that safe to say? How'd it go?
Super safe. We did a version, actually, of this event. It was so fun.
Okay, good.
It was really fun.
So they're in for a treat.
They really are. I was really nervous about that first log getting over it.
Why?
Because, well, I mean, Chris Clever had that thing. She was like, I think that's going to be a couple inches over your head. Chris loves to do that to us.
She analyzed everything, broke it down, had a plan on how to help Annie get over the log.
That's awesome.
I was actually planning on limboing under the log if I wasn't going to be able to get over it. But
they might allow that over in the Legends.
In the Legends, they literally allow us to do whatever we want. But it ended up being really not that hard to get over and actually really fun.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this. I'm a spectator, not an athlete. You two are athletes, and so maybe what's stressful for the athletes is really fun for the spectator, because when it's short, sharp, and any error is profoundly costly, it makes for a lot of excitement on my end, but I'm sure down there waiting for the 3-2, and you're like, oh man, I have to have a clean run, start to finish.
Yeah, and I think with these athletes being a little bit younger, they're not used to having to kind of change things on the fly. And with this kind of marshy field, you're going to have to make an adjustment if you slip or make any small error.
Have you guys done any of these events, like over the course of the career with the elimination style?
Yeah, I think we had
Becca,
Pendleton.
you've done them with the obstacle course, but also with some of the lifting. Have you been? Were any of those the years you were there?
Pendleton was one where we did like a round robin, like elimination rounds.
I'm always curious about what's happening when you're not out there. Like you just saw, all the women are right there in the dugout. So some of them I'm sure are talking and having fun. Others of them maybe sitting by themselves and thinking. What do you guys like to do?
I'm a social one.
I was going to say, I can't imagine you being quiet. I can't imagine it.
So I like to talk to the others. That's how I get through it. Whether we're commiserating or we're encouraging, I really have to be social leading up.
Same. It's like comparing notes. Like, what are you going to do? Is that going to be a plan that works good for me? I like to kind of address it. I think it's a little bit different now. These people keep their cards close to their chest.
And you mentioned this. It's kind of, in the men's side, there's a lot of seasoned veteran athletes. On the women's side, it's a lot, like most of the field is 27 and younger. And so it's very different kind of an approach, and I think some of those athletes still are kind of figuring out how they fit in with the rest of the girls out there. So something like this where you have to be in a confined area for an extended period of time, waiting for your heat or waiting to know if you had advanced, can create maybe some of those environments where maybe they're not so sure or confident as you two would be.
Yeah, again, like you said, it's just a little bit of a different culture nowadays. I think we were talking about this last year with Spieler. When we were competing, most all of us owned an affiliate because you had to pay to be a competitor and you had to figure out how to do it. And the easiest way to do that was to own an affiliate. So at least you were at the gym for work. And it's different now. These men and women are professional athletes. This is their job. And I'm sure in a lot of ways feels a little more cutthroat because of that.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an evolution. Spieler was back, they had house phones and fax machines. Days gone by. When you two did the event earlier, do you happen to remember what was the sandbag load that you used?
It was
again, whatever we wanted it to be.
Yeah. We made the last-minute decision to make it 100, so we went with 100 pounds.
Good. All right, so great to know. So how was this event with, that's 50 pounds less than what the women will be using. How was it at 100 pounds? Was it manageable, or did it, even at 100, was it quite awkward?
No, it was very different. At least, for me, because we ended up doing sandbag over the shoulder. We didn't do sandbag into the teeter.
Okay.
For me, I was going to maybe be able to deadlift the 150-pound bag up to my belly button, but luckily, because we made it because we made it lighter, we were all able to do sandbag over shoulder.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the under here? We've seen the over the logs. That under, I don't know how high it is off the ground, but how much risk are you willing to take in terms of like going under that fast versus possibly hitting your head?
Well, and Becca was talking about, I think the under is where you could really make up some time. You saw all the guys, all the Legends guys, who probably a lot of them played baseball, just sliding under. I was like crawling. I was like army crawling. You might have slid a little bit better, but again, those are costly seconds if you're crawling under versus just sliding under.
And you guys did like a down and back relay. So you had that like run up to the slide. Here they're going over, under, over quick to start. So we'll see if some of them take that aggressive approach or not with less of a run-up.
Yeah, and yet even Tommy was saying that when he went over and under, he didn't quite have the speed to slide. It was on the way back when he went under first from the run, he could really slide under the log.
Brian, let me take advantage of your photographic memory.
Oh.
What was the duel last year here?
Last year was the legless rope climb, overhead squats, and then sandbag carry / dive to the finish line.
Dive for sure.
Yes.
Oh. Breaking news. We've got a little bit of a delay happening here. Too much sunshine. We're not used to that, okay?
Not enough sunscreen.
We're going to come right back after a very short break with more action. Hello, everybody. I know that you have missed us, but we're back here at the Tailgate Show, joined by Annie Sakamoto, Becca Voigt, and Brian Friend. And we're going to have a great time. I promise you we are going to get to event number 5 for the CrossFit athletes, Duel 3. There were some Wi-Fi issues. Those have since been resolved as far as we know, and the sun is still shining. Apparently we didn't miss our window, and we're going to kick this thing off as soon as we absolutely can.
Yeah, and the athletes, just like they had last night, cope with the elements, and everyone's on the same playing field.
Yep. That's always a tough one, though. You're psyched up, you're ready to go, and then like, great, 3, 2, 1, wait. And it's hard because your adrenaline is going. But, it's the same for all of them. It's not like they haven't leveled the playing field there, so.
That's the same for me. I was excited. And I'm excited again.
Did your adrenaline drop out? Now you got to get it going again?
Yeah, to walk it off.
We've chatted about this on a show or two, but that's one of the things about elite level CrossFit athletes like this is they're very good at, whether it bothers them or not, they don't let it show, roll with the punches. Warm up, we're going to go. Great. We're not going to go. Okay. Let me know.
Right.
'Cause, hey, if you let that get you rattled, your day's probably not going to go too well. You got to just play the hand that you're dealt. Some things you can control, some things you can't control.
Well, and like we were talking about earlier, I wonder what it was like in that dugout, because they just sat there for 20 minutes, and I'm sure some were jovial and chatting, and others, they hid in their corner. And
in their own head.
Yep.
I wonder if anyone's like, can I go get some more food real quick?
Yeah.
No doubt someone had to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
So what we were chatting about when the cameras were off is, Brian, you mentioned the last 2 times that we've seen a duel, there was an element that was maybe a bit more technical, such as snatching or an overhead squat, where if you miss a lift, there's a failure. It's very easy to have a failure, whereas this, you got more grunt work, more just grind and grit and hustle. And so this is going to be nice to know that the pace is just stomp the gas all the way down to the ground.
Yeah, and I mean, there is an element of potentially having the sandbag slip, I guess, as you're trying to put it in there. But otherwise, this is going to be get there as fast as you can, get those things in there, and get across the line, because especially for the people in the first heat, I mean, you got to set a fast tone.
Oh,
Right.
I just heard that the top 5 athletes going into event 5 get a bye and do not have to do the first round. It's just the bottom 15 have to do this first round, then the top 10 advance, then they'll be joined by the others. So it pays to be a winner.
Well, and man, the points changed so much after this morning. Alex Kazan was in that top 5. Now she's outside the top 10. We talked about the volatility on the leaderboard, and if you manage to be up there at this point, a little bit of an advantage.
It's huge advantage. One less round of this, you know, you save your energy.
And Danny Spiegel
Danny
there.
Spiegel.
What a
very,
shocker.
Very fast.
Exactly.
Made that bag look real
moving
easy.
fast and moving heavy objects. And so just to refresh everybody as well, let me call up the information here on the event. Over then under the log, get down to the sandbags, 3 sandbags loaded into the teeter, and for the women, each one of those sandbags weighs 150 pounds. And there
Danny
used to be a
Spiegel.
rope climb involved in there. There no longer is. Just in case it rained, that would be one of the elements that could be a safety hazard. And there's been so much rain off and on here that they just eliminated it from the event, so that way if anything changes with the weather, they still have the best chance of being able to continue on with the event and have it be a level playing field for everybody.
Yeah, and the rope climb obviously would have made it fun because we could have seen some people really make up some time on that rope climb. But for the sake of just an all-out race, I think this is great.
And Danny Spiegel, not unfamiliar with heavy sandbags. This is cool, though. The over-under on the log, that we've seen the overs on the log become a kind of a more of a thing in competition the last couple of years. The over-under over there, a little bit of a twist on the element, and getting underneath that thing, you know, especially if you're at all nervous about that sandbag, maybe a place you can take a risk.
Definitely.
But that was fast, and she was, you know, I do think that we're going to see like tenths of seconds separate at some point, but she was a few seconds clear of the heat there. Maybe in that 25, 26 second range is an early kind of what can a fast time be, but what we've seen in the history of this is a lot of times even the best get better as they go through the rounds.
Yep.
Yeah, get your heart rate up, you're getting those nerves out, and then, you know, attempt after attempt, you're learning how to maneuver through the event a little bit better.
Well, and then that begs the question, is it an advantage to not be in the first round, to get the bye in the first round? You know, because you do figure some things out sometimes on that first round.
I remember the first year that they had the duel here 2 years ago, there was some conversation around that where a bunch of those athletes that had got the bye didn't have the touches on that heavy 205 snatch for the men. It was maybe 165, 155 for the women, and then maybe I was saying, oh, you know, because those first heavy snatches after you warm up. But in this case, I think it's maybe a little bit more straightforward, so maybe not going to be such a big deal.
We had Kalipa on the show yesterday. Wonderful individual. A lot of energy. A lot of triceps.
Just a little bit.
Never know what he's going to say. But he was kind of bringing up that point, right, that even if you're in the first heat, you don't know what the times are going to come in on the second heat, so you need to race it. And funny, he goes, I've never been in the first heat, but I've heard that's what you got to do.
Humble brag right there.
Right, exactly. Not to toot my own horn, I wouldn't know what it feels like. And Danny, again, like we were saying, Danny did a great job of that in the event last night with the monkey bars.
Absolutely.
With the she, you know, and she said it. She said, anytime I thought I was starting to feel a little comfortable, I knew I had to push a little bit harder again. And yeah, you're racing all the heats, not just yours.
100%.
Speaking of comfortable, the duel have been very favorable to Danielle Brandon. She's had a second and a third in both of the last 2 years.
She seems like a send-it sort of an athlete, you know?
So we'll see if she can notch in third consecutive top 3 finish on the third version of the duel this year.
What is she right now coming in? She's coming in 12th place.
Yeah, but that leaderboard is still so tight.
Yeah, the points are tight. Yeah, 100%.
And there we see a little bit of
Look
slide
at
on
who
the
is, oh, she fell, but she was so fast.
There she is in the front.
Yeah.
I mean, just running with reckless abandon.
Those teeters are pretty cool, Annie.
Oh, they're so awesome. We could only see them from above. They weren't out there when we were out there.
Oh!
Gazan.
Who got her?
Alex Gazan in first.
Yeah, Gazan and Danielle, very close and similar, really, in that same time frame as Danny.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's going to come down to that finish.
Well, you see some girls roll the bag closer to the teeter and then pick it up. Some are picking it up right where they are and then putting it in the teeter.
Yeah, I remember like the games that one year where they had the sandbags over the yoke as a tiebreak. They were close enough that you could just like do it laterally.
Right.
Here, there's a little bit of space,
There's a little
so a little bit of
distance.
strategy too.
Yep.
And that might be the area where the experience pays off in the later rounds.
Right.
We'll see.
Just take the sandbag and chuck it wherever you are.
Hope
Chuck it in.
hope it lands in the barrel.
Just granny toss that thing. Yeah, I mean, there's a little distance
Yeah,
when you
there
look
is,
at that
isn't there?
back bag.
Just enough distance to be annoying.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Still a solid run.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, Gazan barely got her right there.
Well, and as I'm looking at it there, that was a really cool shot that as the weights go in, it's actually getting lower and lower. So that first load is the closest but highest,
But
and then when it's
right.
furthest, it's lowest. So again, something that the people who get these first touches will, the other ones can
Understand.
see, but maybe not know.
Yep.
Oh, we have some times coming in from that heat. So that was Paige Semenza right in the mix with the other two, and I don't think we saw the Danny Spiegel's time, but I think it was right pretty close to 25 seconds.
Events like this, you're talking a sub 30-second event. That's just so cool. Short and sharp. I mean, room for mistakes is just about zero. And if you're 2 seconds off, which is, irrelevant in a 15-minute workout, you're 7 spots on the leaderboard right now.
Yep.
It's also different when you have a slower heat or a faster heat because it kind of pushes you along as well. And I felt like that in past years when I've done events like this. It's makes it very interesting, and there is an advantage when the heat is fast.
Oh, I can only imagine that. You want to probably be in that fast heat just to, it's going to elevate your game too.
And on an event like this, which is a little non-traditional CrossFit, it's hard to know where that heat's going to be because there could just be somebody like Danny Spiegel or Alex Gazan where this is just their thing. So it's not necessarily the top heat that is always the best heat.
And this is the final heat right here. Well, Lauren Fisher.
Oh.
Coming back after some time away.
I remember competing against Lauren Fisher at regionals in 2012. I was an old lady. She was a teenager. But, I mean, that's how long she's been in this game.
Yeah.
She was like 16 or 17 years old, I think.
She's still young, but she was much younger back then.
Yeah.
And someone in this heat that very much like Danny Spiegel could have a spectacular event is Christine Kohlenbrander.
Yeah.
She's been very
super athletic,
Yeah.
super
Yes.
strong. And there she is.
Speaking of.
Yeah, I would imagine she'd be fast here. But we did see in like Paige Semenza tripped over that log there at
Yep,
the end.
exactly.
And that's that little bit of execution that cost her maybe a second.
Yep.
And a second could be everything in this kind of event. So you still have to have very precise movements.
Again, gut-wrenching for the athletes, but so much fun to watch as a spectator when the margins of error are just so small.
3, 2, 1, go.
So you went up and over that earlier, Annie.
I made it.
Yep.
There was, bless Kristen. Look how smooth she is over that log.
It was fun. It was fun to watch you guys, and of course the legends have the combo, the teams. Some are male, male, female,
Right.
female, male, female, and everyone had the same logs to get over.
Exactly. And bless Kristen Clever's heart. I think on the way back on the first time.
Well,
Nice
Oh.
call, Brian. Nice call.
Yeah, but the times are super tight. That's right in that 26-second range again.
Brian, Kristen Clever on the way back, the first round through, she ran at that log and just hit it.
Oh, man.
She forgot the up part. She just went into the log.
She's so tough, I feel bad for the log. Probably hurt the log.
She was laughing so hard. Like, I couldn't breathe, mainly because we were laughing so hard.
Becca, I got a question for you that I'm going to try to be very careful with my wording. Because I don't want it to come
Can't
off
wait.
as potentially insulting. It's not supposed to be. But, and I think I've actually said this before, so for years when I was analyzing athletes, there were some athletes that I look at their training numbers and I'm like, oh, there's the fittest person in the world, Neil Maddox. Shows up at the games, doesn't shake out, whatever it is. Then there's some people that obviously earned their spot to get there, but their numbers fell in line with everybody else's, and that was yours. And then every time you showed up, you out-competed those numbers. Like some people show up, and they're just solid on the competition floor. Is that something in the past with some competitors? Is that something you can train? You have it or you don't have it? Like how do you, a lot of people train well, but how do you compete well?
I don't know if it's something that you can teach yourself as you learn, but yeah, that motivation that you get when you're out there, you kind of pull from the crowd. There's a little bit more nerves, a little bit more on the line.
Yeah, which some people focus and some people fold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Under that pressure.
100%.
And sometimes you don't know what that's going to be until the lights click on. They look at the crowd. They see the athlete next to them they've only seen on like Instagram. Like, oh my goodness, this is really happening. And some people have self-doubt creep in. And other people are like, nope, I'm good.
I'm sure
supposed to be
some of
here.
that is mindset to begin with, but then you look at Becca and the number of years she's competed, and then, you know, it's probably mindset to begin with, and then obviously just your experience.
Yeah, the
overall.
confidence
Yeah.
builds and
Yeah.
builds and builds.
15 years.
16 if you count the 2020.
Yeah.
I count
know.
it.
I would say you haven't missed one since you started trying.
I have not.
Unbelievable. Is it still fun?
It's still a lot of fun.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's as impressive as anything else, to be quite
Totally.
honest
I mean,
with
we
you.
talk about it, you know, you say, what's the edge on that? And on the competition floor, in my gym too, someone will be like, I'm going to crush you in this workout. I'm like, ugh, famous last words. I'm gonna absolutely win now.
Yeah.
I like
wasn't
doing
going to
that.
turn it on, and now it's go time.
When I have the chance to train with some of the best athletes, I like to do that to them. I was up for a training camp with Katrin David's daughter and Jason Hopper and those guys in H2BO before the games, and I was doing all the women's versions of the workouts, and I'm like, Katrin, just so you know, like, I'm really good at this stuff. She's like, really? And it was actually something that she was great at, but like, I'm no one.
Right.
And that made her
It
want to be like, I'm
does
going to
not
beat you.
Perfect. All the fuel she
The
needed.
blood's
to
in the
just,
water.
yes.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
And then she proceeded to pound me on the Echo bike.
Yeah, so this is going to be a bracket-style event, so they're going to run the heats, crunch
you
the
saw
numbers,
the
see
sh-
who
the-
made the cut.
Yep.
The shots in the dugout there, the ladies that just went, they're all hovering around waiting to see.
Right.
Because for 5 of them, that's it.
We're about to see the next heat of the top 5 that are making it here.
Was it 5 that make it through?
I think
out of
it's
those?
5, 10 will be right now.
Plus the
Top
other
10
5.
times move on, but those first 5 got a bye that didn't have to compete here
Right.
at the top
And
So-
you
And-
know they're chomping at the bit at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
They've
Oh.
seen it. They want to go.
Watching it is almost harder, you know, to have to sit through that whole heat of women right there. That's almost harder than just shaking the nerves off and going.
You know who has good experience with that, though, over the last year? Tia Clairton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's been watching for a year.
You said it's almost harder, but is it advantage or disadvantage in your opinion? And which would you rather do? Would you rather have to do one more round of work on your musculature or sit out there and watch it?
I think for this event, I'd almost rather go through it. I don't think it's taxing enough, especially, I mean, the 150 for me, that would be a 1 rep max. But
Right.
for these girls, I think I'd rather do it and shake the nerves off because it's so fast. I don't think it's a ton of energy expenditure for them.
And by the time you're ready to go again, you are ready to go.
Yeah.
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 I agree with Annie. Your heart rate's already come back down. You had that spike of adrenaline, so now you can kind of calm down. You're not going to overthink things. You've gone through it. Yeah, going again is going to be better, I think.
The second time through.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to
Yep.
see some faster times, too.
Yeah.
And you guys are right. They had that shot of Laura Horvath in there. The shades on. She's stretching out. She's moving around. Like, she's ready to rip into some sandbags.
Definitely. Well, even so, the way we did it today, we went and then our partner went. And even by the time our partner was back, you were totally recovered and ready to go again. And that's,
Yeah.
you know, it was the same. It was all of about 35, 40 seconds. So,
That's because you're all fit. I mean, if I was there, I'd be like, a little more time, please. Do another round. I'm good.
Are
Need a
you
little more
sure I
recovery
was
time.
that fast? I didn't get eliminated?
no, this is a really, I mean, the version that we did, but even I'm sure that it was a really, really, really fun event.
Yeah.
Anything where you can do something just slightly outside of the box, like those logs, is really fun because it's like that's nothing that we're gonna do in our gym on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
It's so fun to have the opportunity to get up and over something. And under something.
Logs and sandbags. There's no way you're not going to have absolute fun. So they're gonna crunch some more numbers. We'll come back for round 2 real shortly here on the Tailgate Show. Everybody, we are back. We're going to continue on with event number 5, the Duel 3, over under the log and some 3 sandbags into the teeter. And we're just in the process of learning who made the cut, and we'll advance on to round number 2 here.
It looks like heat 1 is going to be the top 5 coming into the event.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So they got to watch, and then they get to go first in this round.
Yep.
They get to set the standard, which is
Yeah.
opposite of
Yeah.
how it usually is.
McGowan, Carey, Lawson, Horvath, and Toomey. That's going to be some fun to watch right
Oh,
there.
yeah. But again, or like he has to just hold it, pose.
For the camera.
And we got to see all the ladies hanging out there, and they didn't seem stressed by the time at all.
No.
They're just staying ready.
Who's your pick for this, Brian?
I think that this is Laura Horvath. I mean, from what I saw in the first round, I think that what I thought before is that just moving the sandbags fast is where you can make up the most time. She's athletic enough to get over and under the logs with the rest of the ladies. The sprint down the field can matter a little bit, but she moves these sandbags so well. I don't know.
Yeah, you saw Lauren Fisher in that last heat. She was ahead of Kohlenbrander, I think, and she bobbled on the second sandbag, and that was it. That's when Kohlenbrander was able to make her move. So I think you're right. I think it's how easily you can handle those 3 bags.
I'm going to choose somebody else just to make it interesting.
I love it.
I'm going to go with McGowan.
Yeah, and Gabby, Gabby's been super solid. I feel like her and Emma Lawson really good, but nothing like no flashy moments yet, and maybe it's time.
Maybe it's their flashy moment time.
But this is, I mean, I think it's wide open. I mean,
Yeah.
Spiegel was very fast, and if it is a case where someone like that can find a little bit, a half second here, a second there, based on, getting the touches on it, she could easily take this too.
Right.
So there are 3 heats that are of 5 that are going to go right now in round 2. The top 10 fastest will advance to the next round. So out of these 3 heats of 5, one's going to go away.
And it's, I mean, and we've been talking about the points
The
race
bottom
all week.
5, yeah, bottom 5 times going to go away, to be clear.
And like that's like 1 second can be the opportunity for 50 points. Because if you make the top 10, that
Right.
means you could still win.
Right.
If you
Right.
don't make it, that's it. You get
Yeah.
45 or
Yeah,
50,
you're
whatever it
11th,
is.
11th and beyond.
And we've actually, there was a few years back where BKG had all top 20 finishes for the weekend, except for one. He had a 21st, and it was on the speed clean and jerk ladder, where he missed advancing by 1 spot by 1/10 of a second.
Oh.
And so who knows how good that could have been
Right.
otherwise. But that's what could happen to someone
Yep.
today.
I saw Emma Lawson in the warm-up area after the first event today, and she just looked so relieved. I'm like, how you doing? And she's like, I'm great now. We don't need my hands very much. We're going to destroy the rest of the
Nice.
night.
And there
So
she is.
I'm gonna go with her for my pick on
I
this
like
heat.
You can't go wrong. That's a great pick. I
Yeah.
mean, she's phenomenal.
Also really athletic, really
Mm-hmm.
strong.
They're very well-rounded.
Okay, so we're all picking different people. I'm going to go with Tia then. There's only 2 left.
Boring.
The dark horse, Tia.
Yeah. Going with a dark horse.
The dark
pick of
horse with
Tia.
the 60-point lead.
Well, she's not very athletic. She's not very strong.
Not
So I feel like
strong,
I'm going
right.
out on a limb here.
And not competitive between, just
No, not at
doesn't
all.
mind if she loses.
Right, right. She'll probably cruise it.
And if she heard you say that,
Right.
Yeah,
even a better pick.
Exactly.
Fuel.
And now, like, they've been sitting there for a while. They haven't done the first round yet, so they're anxious. Like, they
Yes.
are ready to go. That's a
Oh, somebody is slow over the log there.
I think that might have
Emma
been Emma
Carey.
Carey. Horvath getting those bags in easy.
Boom.
Yes.
Wow. My girl Emma took second.
no clock, so no clue, but Laura
Right,
Horvath,
exactly.
fastest amongst the top 5 there.
Yeah, in this heat. It's also interesting what bag they grab. You would-
First.
First,
Yeah, which of those 3?
The other thing, she was first to the bags. That was not what I was
Laura?
expecting. I thought if she
Yeah.
had anything, she might make up the
Yeah, she
ground
turned it
there.
on.
Yeah, she sprinted down the field. Tia obviously dealing with those logs with no trouble. But that was it. Like we've been saying, it's how easily she gets those bags
She's
up.
so strong. And right there pays to be a few inches taller, too.
Yep.
Absolutely longer arms.
I think she's
I know
5'7", I want to say.
know what that feels like.
Right, yeah.
Pays.
And I was talking about that yoke there, like I throw them laterally. She's shuffling laterally with a 150-pound
Yep.
sandbag.
Yep.
Okay, so there we go.
25.5 for Laura.
But pretty much on par with what we saw from Danny. So
Yep.
you
Yeah,
know,
and
fast-
It'll be a
Christine
good race.
Coldbander too.
Yep, it's gonna, and what you do in round 2 doesn't matter in round 3. It's like clean every time. So
Exactly.
you can be the fastest in one round, one bobble. So all you got to do is kind of get through and then do it again.
Right.
And Tia's going to be trying to hold on. So for everybody at home, yes, Tia is in first right now going into this event. She's got 375 points. Horvath is in second with 315 points. So there's 60 points between first and second right now. But you look at second on the leaderboard, third on the leaderboard, fourth on the leaderboard. There's a big race. Laura, Emma Lawson, and Emma Carey. They're just separated by 25 points. Second through fourth is 25 points. There's a lot on the line right now, and we've got a bunch of events remaining. So, like as I said in the morning show, don't fall in love with the leaderboard right now.
Right.
Things can change.
And like Brian was saying earlier, the leaderboard can shuffle so much with this style of a workout that it's gonna be interesting to see how it unfolds.
If somebody like Tia or one of the Emmas or somebody doesn't make it through this round,
Yeah.
All the points Laura lost this morning can be gained right back just
exactly.
like that.
Yep. One of the Emmas. Emma L, Emma C.
There's those famous warm-ups going on.
Yeah, a
over there,
couple
little-
jumps, a couple squat jumps.
Well, and it is, this is kind of, we talked to some of the guys earlier today that a lot of times the shorter the event, the longer the warm-up, because you need to be ready to go.
Yep.
But you don't really have much opportunity here. Like you're in the dugout, you can do some jumps, you can do some squats, but you kind of have to go from 0 to 100 each time you go out there.
Yep.
Money and
Luckily,
evidence.
again, I think because nothing is so super technical here, as long as you don't have any big bobbles, I think Lauren was first to the bags in her heat on that last race, but she had that little bobble. So I think if she doesn't bobble, she could do really good in this heat.
And Paige Semenza she fell off the second
Yeah.
log,
Oh,
still
yeah.
made it through,
Yeah.
so maybe she could be even a second faster than she was. These, I think, were the bottom 5 after the first round, so they'll be basically have nothing to lose here. And
Yeah.
there is Semenza in the middle, and clean run, and
Off to the races.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Semenza's been
Yeah.
around a long time. She's very athletic, she's very well-rounded, very experienced. She's, kind of middle of the pack at the games, but she's very, very good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good time.
Executed well there.
Better run for Lauren, it looked like too, maybe.
I think I'm keeping Semenza in the mix to
Yep.
make the final heat whenever that rolls around.
It almost looked like once she put her bag in, she pushed off the teeter to get back to the other bag. Like she was using the momentum
Yeah.
of that.
Allow me to ask an ignorant question. If I was doing this workout, if I had this set up, right? Like let's say it was left on the field, and at the end of the day, they're like, hey, broadcast team, you go down there and do it. I'd be stoked. It'd be so fun. And we're looking at it, and we think that it looks like a fun event. When you're down there and actually doing it, is it fun, or is it just once it's over and the pressure's off and you look at the leaderboard and it went okay, then it's fun? Or is it not fun until the whole competition's over? What is that?
No, I think once the event is over.
The event itself.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the outcome is kind of unfolded, then you know that you're like, okay, that was fun. But right now it's just too much suspense. You don't know where your times are going to stack up. It's going to be shuffling. You don't know if you're in a fast heat or a slow heat. I really do feel like that's really important.
In the moment, it's time to go to work.
Right, 100%. And I think that this really paid off for Paige because she had that first heat to make a mistake. And even though it was fast, she learned from it and was able to execute a lot better. And it made it much faster. That might be the top time right there.
Were you at the desk earlier when we were talking to, was it Medeiros, I think, about training, or was it Froning? Basically, they're saying that like they consider they're going to work. Like, this is what I do. Like, I'm going to work, and I'm showing up with that same mindset that anybody else would be, like, of dedication, of discipline, of like going to work or walking on the field. It's time to go to work, you know?
Yeah, Vellner had made a post. Work weekend for Dad. His son's here having fun. And so I asked Justin about that because I don't often think about it. Like, I know they're coming to compete, but like money's on the line. Like, this is what you train for. You know?
$1.6 million.
And Justin said, you know, everything that we do for however many weeks, months, years leading up to it, and people are judging us based on, in this case, 25 seconds of work.
Right. I mean, that's like, you know, a brain surgeon. Like, you better not just halfway show up for brain surgery. Like, you're, and that's what you're getting paid to do. And that's what these guys are, you know, it's obviously not brain surgery, but this is how they make their living. Yeah, and you better be on. Like,
do it to the best of your ability.
You need to execute.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So I think these were the 5 fastest earlier.
Yes,
We haven't seen anyone under 25 yet.
Nope.
Getting closer, though.
Oh, yeah, it's inching that way.
I want to say Horvath's was 25-25.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Good eyesight.
I expanded it.
And there's Ariel Lowen, you know.
I was just going to say.
It's unbelievable. I was reviewing all of her performances from the games this year because, you know, she takes 3rd place. Like, you can't take 3rd place on accident. And when you look across the board, the variety of different she didn't really have a single bad event at the games.
Yep.
And she's not this, like, you look at her, she's a
it's her 30th birthday today.
Yeah, the whole crew
Yeah.
sang her happy birthday. It was really cute, the athlete control. Well, we were saying last night, she's like the Val Vobril 2.0, you know, where she's just sneaky. Like, you're not looking at Ariel on any event, but then when you look at the culmination of her entire weekend, it's amazing.
See that?
We saw that baseball slide we were talking about. Wow.
Wow, she broke out to a lead. Wow.
I think we're in a strong
little stumble there.
Yeah. Good recovery.
Yeah, don't let it get in your head. Just still gonna get it.
There we go.
Lowen.
That might have been the first
Ariel
20.
Lowen. Oh, my goodness. Well, and what did we say a while ago is that, you know, yeah, you could slip on the back. Like, you could be the best at picking it up. Oh, saying hi to her daughter.
I know, that's cute.
Love that. And I think still for Spiegel is fast enough. Lowen, fast enough. Everything else is going to be wild.
And now Spiegel's got what appears to be that new technique. She had that power slide under one of the logs. She was fast ahead of the pack. If she does that and then doesn't bobble the bags, she's going to blow that 25 seconds out of the water.
Yep.
That was, I love the authenticity of that moment there.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, wow. Did I do that? Oh. That was a fast heat, I think.
Real
that's
fast.
slow-mo, and they all cross within a second of each other.
It almost looked like
Oh, there
Danny
you go.
slowed up
Yep.
just a hair.
Oh.
Well, I think they have to touch that box, and you saw Ariel reach, and Danny slap it on the way down low.
Yeah.
And that
Veteran move.
That could be a difference. You know,
Yep.
right now it's a matter of advancing. If there's
Yep.
10 spots, I think they're both fine. But in a subsequent heat, we've seen this in, you know, sports. In this sport, a lot of times the veteran athletes know when they have that chip timer, lead with that leg.
Lead with that leg,
Yep. And never slow up. You never slow
No.
up. That's the one thing that frustrates me when I watch these guys and gals. It's just like, keep going. It doesn't matter.
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Both
yeah.
under 25.
Wow, well done. Yeah, 2 sub 24.
Ooh.
Danny had that time with a bobble. Man, that's crazy.
Well, but now that was their second go at it.
Yep.
And
That's
I don't think
yep.
they're fatigued.
No.
Laura's about to get her second go at it. Ariel just, that was faster than my first one.
Yep.
Unless a mistake, I would be shocked if Laura isn't faster than her first one too. But I was talking with, speaking of seconds, split seconds, I was talking with Pat Vellner's family earlier today because he kind of jogged across the line on that last one because there was no one close in his heat. and 0.8 of a second earlier, a guy from previous heat had beaten him. Those are 5 points.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and as close as he was last year, like if he knew that, he'd want those 5 points.
Exactly.
And he's not a rookie,
I was going to
so
say,
there's
he
no
knows what he's doing.
excuse.
No, actually one of 3 athletes who's been at every single one of
Every
these.
single one.
Yep, Chandler and Laura, the other 2.
Now they wait.
So we're dropping 5 again.
We'll
Yeah.
drop 5, yep. 5 slowest times. The top 10
There were a
scorers
lot
will
of
advance.
times in the right around 26 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, that's where, like, was it a disadvantage for those girls, the top 5 girls, to not get the second crack? Because so many of those other girls did better.
They learned something.
Yeah. So you think,
Yeah.
Danny's first
that's a
time
good
through
point.
was a 25-something, second time was a 24. But now Laura has to go up against, with her first time against Danny's second time. So
Becca, do you remember the first time that there was a weightlifting speed ladder at the games? I think it was the snatch was the first one. Was it
Yeah, I
the
believe the
speed
snatch was it.
ladder?
Yeah, squat snatches.
And I'm asking you to go back in the end and remember, but like amongst the athletes when that was announced, was that something that was generally like, oh, that's cool and we're excited about it, or we're like, ooh, that's kind of heavy and that's fast?
I think it's, oh, that was heavy and that's fast. It was afterwards where it was like, that was cool.
I think I get sometimes the years confused. I can't remember if it was the snatch or the clean. I think it was the snatch.
I'm pretty sure it was the
Yeah.
snatch, and there was a lot of no reps on that depth. So there was a lot of callbacks. So that's where it got dicey.
But it's fun, and we see that was 8-9 years ago now, and we're just seeing continued variations of that athletes have, and maybe they're expecting something, events like this a little bit more. But I think that, man, those first years it must have been interesting to like, that's a little different.
It's also great for
Getting
the
a little peek
spectator.
here.
And nobody had trained for something like that, I'm sure, leading up to that. Now people train for a weightlifting speed ladder.
2 to go, no to me
Oh,
or
there's
right.
no to me yet.
This is
Oh, they're bringing.
tell us it's 10.
Oh, there's that shuffle that's going to happen on that
man, yeah.
leaderboard.
Well, and so she's somewhere between 11 and 15.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's the maximum points she can get, I believe, is 50. So for all of those girls you were talking about that were within 60 to 80 points of her,
Right.
that
Yep.
gap is,
Yep.
it's there for the taking. One of them could take 10th and then they don't gain very many points, but all of them still have a chance to get 100.
Yeah.
Right now, she's like, I wish we all had to go on that
Yeah.
first,
All right, everybody. We're going to take a very small break, and we'll come back to more action here in the Tailgate Show real soon. And we are back, everybody, for more event number 5 in the CrossFit side of the house, the Duel 3. I believe they've had enough time to formulate the bracket, and let's see who is advancing here. We've got,
Well, those are actually
those are the ones
the
we're-
order of finishers that didn't advance.
Yes, we're
So
not
Right.
going to be seeing.
we were speculating where Tia had fallen there,
Yep.
Gabby as well, so 11 and 12, just barely missing out to
Manganese,
these
Lawson,
10.
Fisher, Brandon, Gazan, Semenza, Kohlenbrander, Horvath, Lowen, and Spiegel. We're going to see some fast times and some furious competitions. As if it wasn't real, it's about to get real right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, and I remember
5 fastest will advance.
from previous versions of this that once it got to this round, usually it was hard to break into the people that were already the top 5. So I
Right.
would say that maybe we'll get 1 from this, at most 2, but
Right.
probably that fast group at this point is already
they've set their spots.
most likely. So if you're in this heat now, this is where you risk it. Like,
So you have to go for
yeah,
it.
you
But
have to go.
Why-
You've already made top 10. You got to go for broke.
now you're trying to get to that 6th spot.
and for someone like Lawson, like, oh, Gabby's not out here. Oh, Tia's not out here. Emma Carey's not out here. This is a huge opportunity for
Yep.
her.
Yeah.
Middle of the competition.
Yep. Grab some points.
And they have figured it out a bit.
Yeah.
You can tell just
See how
by
fast
watching it.
Lauren was getting
Danielle
under it.
Brandon.
That's gonna be tight between those 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
See who reaches for the
There we go.
finish
There we
line.
go.
So So that was so close. Like if Danielle gets through, Alex probably gets through,
Yep.
or neither get through. Well, man, that was close. But like you said, even if she doesn't get through, it's 6th.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And that's big points right
Yep.
there.
She's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but look at the smile on her face, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. She had fun with that one. That sprinting background
Yeah.
really helps.
Yeah.
See, she got both legs up on the log,
Yep.
where everyone else was doing kind of
The
one and
1-1.
Yeah.
right, bringing
Yep.
the one over second. Yeah.
It's almost like you plant your hands and just swing those legs.
They're so fast and strong. It is crazy.
Photo finish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
Manya Nangonislo maybe wanted to take the box home with her there.
Oh, there you go.
Fast work.
Yep.
And I mean, at this point, I think you got to go under 25 if
Yep.
you want to get through. So,
Yep.
like I said,
I would.
Danielle and Alex.
I would if I was out there.
No big deal.
25 minutes?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, let's see how much faster in
5,
this next
5,
heat that
6,
Horvath
6.
and Spiegel go.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, and for the one, for Spiegel and Lowen now will they continue to get faster?
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
have they reached kind of what the limit? We don't know what the limit is in terms of what's possible here yet.
I
Right.
wouldn't
can't.
put it past Ariel. I mean, I think, she's one of those athletes where, like, she's athletic. Like, she just she can figure things out. She could do even a little bit better.
I feel like Spiegel's either going to set a new record right now or punt it into the stands. But I think she's going to take a chance. 'Cause I think she had that power slide. She's like, this is it. Why?
Yep.
I mean, like you said, why hold anything back? Let's go. And if it pays off for her, I think it will be a crusher time.
I'm surprised how much momentum she was able to get into that slide.
Right?
That was,
Yeah.
it's not a
That's a
far
good-
distance from
that's a
log to
good-
log.
Well, and I actually like the choice. Most of the 4 of the 5 are wearing pants.
Right.
You can a little bit of friction and no rashes on the legs. So this is a nice little bonus.
Yeah, save the skin a little bit.
Yeah, because it's plenty hot and humid out there. It's not like you'd want to have pants on unless it made some tactical sense
Yep.
for the workout, for the event.
All right, here we go.
Stretching out on their way. They've got lane number 5, Samantha. Lane 4, Horvath.
Paige was pretty impressive on her last
Yeah,
run.
she was.
So
Well,
it'll be exciting on this top 5.
And I had talked about with Danielle having great history with the duel and having another great event. Laura Horvath, same thing, 1st and 2nd in the last 2 years. So, it doesn't really matter what kind of an implement is here. That time domain, when you're just that explosive,
Right.
powerful athlete,
That's right.
you can make big points here. Oh man, when she was just jogging out there, like, it was intimidating me.
Got some Americans in this heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got their work cut out for them, though.
Here we go.
I don't want to say anything. I'm just like waiting for it to
Right.
go.
Oh,
Whoa.
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
my
Floated
gosh.
over.
That's so epic.
That is awesome. I'm so
floated
glad
over
she
that.
got that lane.
All right, here
Yes.
we go.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's well under 25 seconds. Oh
all
my
of-
goodness, was that like
all of
22
them.
seconds?
I think almost all of them were.
That was a smoking
Oh.
fast heat.
That might have been 22 and change,
Yes.
which makes sense based on the mistake she had on the first bag last time, but
That's
my
right.
goodness.
Wow.
You're watching the women, and then when they start running, you look at the clock and you're like, is that right?
Right.
Man,
That was incredible.
I think even Christine Kohlenbrenner was like, damn, Danny. And look, Paige Samantha,
That
like
was
this
so
is.
yeah.
smooth.
Look at that slide
And
underneath.
I think Paige was under 24 seconds too. I think she was in the 23s. It's just, Danny's moving these sandbags
She's
so
moving
yeah,
fast.
Danny and
Yeah, beat her
Laura
to the
were.
bag.
Ooh.
It's that hip drive that really helps, you know?
Yeah.
That power. Wow.
And these are little things. She's moving closer to the side that she needs to go around.
Yep.
She's dropping that last one, and she's almost around the corner already. Those are the little nuances
Right.
round by round that the athletes, I think, are picking up on.
There's a lot of people looking for the times to roll in right now.
Not Danny Spiegel, though. She knows where she's at.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Maybe she's
like,
looking
I
to
got
see
one more heat to go.
who's going to be out there with me.
Yep.
It's impressive when she hits it out of the park.
Holy
Wow.
cow.
Okay, but
Oh.
it was 24, 55, and 66. So Ariel and Christine should be missing out, and Danielle and Alex should be sneaking in. And
Everybody
that's-
was under 25 on that one.
And
Wow.
Semenza through Kohlenbrand are sliding in those other two. That's 5/6 of a second.
And with Tia not making it this far, I mean, Laura doing everything she needs to do to claw back points.
Yep.
Danielle's like, I think we made it through. Oh man, I don't know if I. I think
Yeah.
Danielle might have been okay with not picking up the sandbags 3 more times.
Right. But again,
She might be thinking about that, but no,
Right,
in the
right.
long run, she's not happy if she doesn't make it through.
She's probably wanted to extend her streak of top 3 finishes on the duel.
Yeah.
Her and Laura both have a chance to do that.
Yeah, and they, again, the way those ladies are moving those 150-pound sandbags, it's not a huge energy expenditure. It's not.
Right,
It's not going to tire them out for the rest of the day.
for sure. And we're going to be right back real soon with round 4 of event number 5, the duel.
All right, folks, here we go.
All right, we are back for the final round of the duel, event number 5 on the CrossFit side of the house. And thus far, this event has been amazing, fast-paced, and an absolute stick of dynamite to the leaderboard. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to shake out, but there's going to be a little bit of shuffling, a little bit.
Well, and the top 5 there, it's got to be a cool, it's a cool feeling to make the top 5 in an elimination
Oh,
event.
man.
Oh, yeah.
All the others are forced to sit there and just watch.
Yep.
And you
I'm
know
sure that
this-
burns a bit,
It
like
does,
watching.
Totally. And you're still out there playing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Danny looked unstoppable in
say,
that last
yeah.
round. Laura looks like she wants to stop her.
Yeah.
I mean, Danny's only getting faster, so look
She's
at this.
so
Look
fast
at this.
under.
Oh.
Got Paige right there.
And we've been talking about the sandbags, but Paige and Danny are better over the logs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, she's ahead of Paige by 1 sandbag.
Man,
Wow.
she destroyed that heat. Are you kidding me?
I do think Laura snuck in second. Yes,
Oh.
that's huge
Yep.
for her. She'll take. That's gonna basically. She's gonna be tied with Tia again.
Wow.
Wow.
And just like that,
Ridiculous.
every second counts.
My
And
goodness.
how great for Danny, because going into the 1 rep max deadlift later, she's going to pick up some points on moving day.
And Tia
21.8.
21.8.
21.
We were talking under 25 would be good. It's basically like 17% faster.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
insane.
I'm
Laura,
sure there's a bunch of guys watching this heat being like, do we have to go that fast? 21? Did anyone think 21 was going to happen?
Yeah.
and Laura Horvath, in 3 years doing the duel,
Always.
has amassed 5 total points in terms of placement.
Wow.
First, second.
It's impressive.
She's the queen of the duel.
Queen of the duel.
Yep.
Oh, we've got a question from a fan here, Ken W. Do you have to take the bags in a specific order? Why aren't any of them leaving the closest one until last? I know it's only a couple feet away, but you do not have to take it in any specific order. But what would you do? Would you leave, what would be your strategy as to furthest bag to closest bag?
Well, I mean, I think you would want to leave the closest to last because it's the least amount to carry, and you're already a little bit taxed from the other 2 bags.
I don't know, but we saw Brian mentioned earlier that it kind of teeters down. So that front one might be the easier one to get up top, and then when you're a little bit further away, because it's a little bit lower, you may have more of an advantage later with that further one.
And who knows, potentially, maybe they don't want to just stumble over a bag, depending on how they're laid out there. But my recommendation would be do whatever Spiegel did. Whatever the order
Whatever
was,
Danny did,
whatever
that-
way she pivoted and rotated,
That
do
was
what she
right.
did.
Yep.
That's how you do it right.
I was just
So do they
blown.
do?
So
Sorry.
wait, I was going to ask.
They do a 1 and 2 right now. Do they do a top 1 and 2?
Danny Spiegel
Danny's
just chalked
rechalked.
I
up.
think they do. I think they do.
Oh, and yes, they have done this in the
Oh,
past. You guys,
Yep.
Yeah,
Good.
here we
Oh,
go.
look
so
at
Laura,
that.
I
She
mean,
has a
Laura
chance.
has a chance.
This is fantastic.
You know, it's going to be interesting too because this event, because now they've been sprinting for so long, it may influence the deadlift later tonight,
Yeah,
Yeah.
potentially so.
being so explosive for so many rounds.
Picked up those heavy bags. They did all the power snatches earlier.
Yep.
You know,
Oh.
a lot of volume, lightweight, but a lot of
Oh,
volume.
120, bend over and pick it up and put it over your head. Yeah.
what a great shot right there. Tia's just relaxing there,
Yeah,
waiting for the next opportunity. And Laura and Danny.
Is it relaxing,
Yeah.
Ryan? Is that what
Well, I mean, you know, the leg position seems relaxed to me.
Yes.
I don't know, the clenched jaw might be suggest something else.
All
I think
right,
it might be planning.
we are going to come back very shortly for the final round of Duel 3.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our duel is about to be live. Round 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why they call it the duel. Down to the final 2 right here, what everybody wants to see. Laura Horvath, Danny Spiegel, they are going to set it on fire right now.
I am so excited to watch this race. Danny is only getting faster, but you can see Laura's just chomping at the bit. She's ready for her moment.
And a couple rounds ago, Danny did have that bobble on the bag. And
Yep.
what we mentioned at the beginning is you can be great in one round, but it doesn't matter for the next. You still have to do it
Right.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Every round is its own race.
And we've had, obviously, the head-to-head battles in the duel before, but like we were talking about, this is a very unique
Yes.
thing to row. You don't
Yep.
get to see one-to-one races in these little Metcons
Yep.
hardly anywhere else,
No.
maybe anywhere else.
Exactly.
All right,
It's so
100
fun.
points. Here we go. So fast.
Oh, Danny is so fast over those logs.
I don't know if she has as big of a lead as she did on
don't
the
know.
No,
last
she
round.
doesn't.
No.
She definitely does not.
And Laura,
She got caught up on
this
that
is gonna
log.
be- this might come down to the
Oh,
reach.
look at them. They're
This
almost
might come
back.
down to the reach. Oh my gosh.
Oh! It looked like they touched at the
At the same time.
Man.
100%. That is
Wow.
And that's,
8/100th of a second.
so great.
Wow.
Wow.
honestly, I was hoping someone would dive. I was
Yes.
waiting for the dive.
You couldn't ask for more than that in a final, both in the 21s. Are you kidding me? Well, now we know
Wow.
it's possible on
Yep.
the event. That is
Holy
blazing
Yes.
fast.
And like
I
you
mean-
said earlier, you know the guys are watching this
Oh.
going, oh, I have to
Without
go
a
that
doubt.
fast?
Yep, without a doubt. And
Danny is she was so
That's- I mean,
smooth on the over
It's that
the
first
logs.
log.
Yep.
Yep.
She won this event on the first log.
Yep.
First log, that's those seconds.
And which is wild
Oh.
because we know, like right there, if Laura dives, does she get her? And where,
Oh, look at where she touched the
Yeah,
back.
Front
that's
right
it.
position
there.
She
side,
touched it in
yeah.
the back. Laura touched on top. That could have been the difference.
just
Oof.
so impressive and setting the bar so high for the rest of the gentlemen that have to come up soon and try to put on one heck of a show like these women
Oh.
did.
You know what? I bet the guys, after watching it, I bet they're excited to do this.
I hope so.
I mean, it is such a fun event.
I'm excited to watch them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Danny Spiegel, a home run hitter. I mean, she knocked that out of the park.
I thought we got the really close-up view of the full spectrum of emotions from Laura Horvath. Fierce competitor, celebrate, realize she lost.
And we got
Congratulations on your
Kiki
event
Dixon
win.
down there with the
You had
winner.
some serious finesse out there. Where did you learn to slide like that?
It was just instinct. I was just running away from these girls.
It worked for you. You were very consistent. Laura, this event has different rounds, repeated rounds. What adjustments were you making on the fly as you went round to round?
I didn't do any adjustments. I just raced to the level of my competitors. Every time my heat was faster, I just went faster.
And what was it like to go head-to-head with Danny?
It was awesome. It was really good, fun.
Danny, in between the rounds, you looked so comfortable, confident. What was it about this event that you feel gave you the advantage and confidence like that?
They didn't strap a ruck to me.
Sandbag.
What was that?
She also loves the sandbag.
Love me a sandbag, yeah.
One more time.
Love me a sandbag.
She loves the sandbag. It showed. Congratulations, and thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was an absolutely spectacular event. I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more. We're gonna get to see it all over again here very soon with the gentlemen. But some closing thoughts. You know, walking after event 5 shutting down here. Annie.
I am so glad they do the duel every year. You know, there's a little spin, but it's always my favorite event at the Rogue Invitational, and especially ending in that head-to-head race. I love it.
Becca?
Yeah, I really enjoy this type of style, and I know the fans really love it too. And so it really gives that excitement in the crowd, and it kind of fuels the competitors also.
I know you're a fan of the stats, fan of the data. You watched another event, now you're calculating it in your brain. What's popping out right now?
I'm just thinking the women set the table. It's time
Whoa.
for the men to clean it up.
100%. 100% for sure. So don't go anywhere. We have event number 5 up in short order for the men, and it's going to be amazing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tailgate Show here at the 2023 Rogue Invitational. The sun is out, can't ask for anything more. We have event number 5 happening for the men here, the Duel 3, and I'm joined at the desk by Matt Fraser, 5 times CrossFit Games champion. Wasn't afraid to win the Rogue Invitational as well. We had Josh Bridges, instrumental in the programming, 6 times Games athlete, second fittest man in 2011.
Thank you, sir.
And China Cho, we brought her up from the field. Glad to have you back here at the desk. We're going to have an absolute blast here.
China, it's an absolute honor to be on the stage with someone who hasn't won a gold medal like myself.
I know.
Every other person I've been up here with has been
Hey,
a games
we won
champion.
a regional together,
That's right,
2000
that's right.
something.
Don't be messing around. Don't be messing. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, don't forget. I'm not forgetting about it.
That's
That's
right.
my glory. I'm going to take it and run with it.
What do you guys think of bracket-style events like this?
These are so fun.
So much fun.
To watch, not so much to do, in my opinion.
Stressful.
I love watching it.
Yeah, when there's a long transition time, you know, that can be tough if you're just sitting there getting cold. But, you know, with an event like this, it's so quick. It's fun because there's not much pacing that goes on. It's just go as fast as possible out of the gates.
23 seconds.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these
And
are quick.
They're pretty lucky. I mean, the weather is very warm out there, so it's not like you're freezing in between or
Right,
they got
that's
shade
true.
out there.
Yeah, it's not raining.
nice. It's optimal conditions,
So,
definitely.
Josh, the last couple times that a duel has come up, there seems to have been something that is technical, with the overhead squat
Yeah.
and squat chest. Now it's like, it's
We-
grunt work and the technique is send it.
We really tried to remove all the subjectivity out of it, right? We wanted to make it as objective as possible. I think I've said this a few times on a lot of events, right? That was one of our motives, right? To take it out of the judge's hands a little bit and make it, hey, it's a very clear if you don't get the rep or
Black and white.
do the
Yeah.
work, right? And so with this one, last year we had a little bit of a mishap. We went a little light on the overhead squat, you know, and there was a lot of controversy with some judging and stuff. And so we came back this year and we kind of tried to take all of that out. And I think this would be a very different workout if we had the rope climb in it. I think it changes some things, but this is still a really cool event.
Right, and thank you for bringing that up, because I brought it up when we watched the women throw down on this, but originally there was a rope climb programmed in, and as I've said before, the weather here has been fickle, to say the least. You don't
Roller
know, it's
coaster ride, for
sunny
sure.
right now, could rain any second, so they wanted to take the rope climb out just in case the weather changed abruptly. They wouldn't have to change the event and be an even playing field for everybody. But hey, this makes it an even faster sprint. I mean, sub 30-second times, sub 25-second times. I mean, this is
Right.
great.
Well, I remember like the first heat of women's, you know, you're seeing, or after the first round, all the times are 25, 26 seconds. By the last one, I think I saw Danny, I think the clock was still in the
21,
20
I think.
on the second to
Yeah.
last round, and then
Yep.
21 on the last one. So it's really cool that, you know, even though it's such a short workout, they're still finding places to shave off seconds.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a fun workout when we got to go out there and play with this as the legends. That over/under is super fun, and you know, it actually is, I think, a part of it a little bit, right? The sandbag's not insanely heavy. It's only 3 quick ones with 150, so that you can't mess up on that over/under.
And it's 150 for the women, 200 for the men, correct?
No big deal.
No big deal. That's just what?
Just child's play.
Child's play.
Isn't that like half your body weight?
It's like just picking up a buddy. Like, hey, just pick up your buddy and put him in that basket over there. It's like it's like when you go to the supermarket. You throw your pal in the shopping cart and run
There you
around.
go.
Same.
Let him swing his legs.
Exactly. Exactly.
And so, Matt, if you're coaching an athlete here, I mean, is it, you know, again, they removed the technical aspects. Is it just a slap in the back, go get it, champ? You know, send it, or what are you telling somebody?
I mean, you want to be deliberate. You need to be intentional. You know, like even a slip coming over the log. You know, we saw somebody do that in one of the first heats, and it didn't take her out of the running. It was one of the first rounds, but a little error like that. You have one fumble with the bag, and it falls out of your lap. Like that can cost you 3 seconds. That's the difference between first place and 12th.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think it's going as fast as possible while still being deliberate
Have
and
a
intentional
clean
with
run.
everything you do. Yeah.
And now that you're a dad, you know, you can't be fumbling things like your daughter.
Oh,
you
dude.
know,
Oh,
so picking up, you know, objects and holding on to them securely is
I was a little scared today. I was holding her and she
I
started.
mean, good thing she doesn't weigh 150 pounds. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's a whopping 9.
Yes,
Soon enough.
All right, let's go, Jay.
Dad jokes.
Bring them on.
Mr. Hopper, I think is gonna. I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well. A little tall to get under that big one, but he got
I think Hopper could do very well in this. He is.
Yeah. Long arms definitely
Long
helps
arms,
getting your
huge
arms
hands.
around the bag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just grip it and rip it.
That's right.
Tall.
Baby.
I've noticed that a lot of them are just gripping
Yeah,
it. They're
just
not
not
like
even-
they're not set
not
like rocking
sideways.
it. Yeah, they're not rocking
There
it,
we go,
lapping
Jay.
it.
Yeah.
There
yeah,
you
see,
go.
That was
I mean,
some fast times right there.
Will was one of the first ones there, but then like Hopper and took him over.
Yep. I don't know if he touched the box. He did go back to try to touch it. I don't
Yeah,
know if he just
I'm
ran
not
through
sure.
or
Not
how
sure
that
what
works
happened.
out.
He's smiling, so hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully that wasn't anything too bad.
And he's not a rookie. That's a dumb mistake right there.
Wow.
Who's your pick? Let's pick right now before we get too
All
far
right.
down. Who do you think, China? Who wins it?
Oh, why'd you guys start with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna put
start with
pressure on you.
the 5-time champ.
Good call,
All
Charlie.
right, yeah, champ.
I mean, I think Vellner's going to be phenomenal at this. As long as he gets it into the deeper rounds, you know, he can just hit workouts like this recklessly, and he's so athletic he can get it. Long arms, huge hands.
Oh,
oof.
Before you say, because you got Vellner, I'm
And
going to say
then-
Chandler Smith.
Oh, that's the one I wanted right
Yeah.
there. That's it.
I was going to say, I think it might come down because I think Hopper, like if he did that well in the first round, I think he could potentially shave off way more time.
Who do you like, China? Don't
You
say
know,
Smith.
No, I'm not going to say Smith. I'm going to go with Adler.
Yeah, solid.
I mean, I think that he's
it's not a bad-
explosive. I think the only thing that might limit is just the length. I mean, if you grab the bag a little bit off, that could not be in his favor compared to someone like Jason Hopper with the longer arms or Pat Vellner with the longer arms.
I mean, the fact that no one said Roman is actually a little crazy. You know,
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, the dude's like, yeah, I mean, like Hopper, Roman, Smith.
Gerard,
I think
yeah.
that might be your.
Yeah, I have to have a sheet in front of me of all the names. 'Cause
Oh,
there's going to be.
excuses.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, real cute, real cute.
Well, as soon as you say Chandler Smith, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot
know,
about
right?
Chandler
I know.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roman's a great call. I'm going to stick with Chandler.
I
Gonna
think
go
I think you're
Chandler,
I
too?
think you're top 5 though. I think
Okay.
you're right. I think you're right. You know, Vellner's going to be there. Chandler Smith, Roman, Hopper, and I don't know who number 5
But
is.
then I mean like Adler.
I'm going with Adler.
Like
Oh,
Adler,
yeah, I see it.
Adler
Adler.
is just well-rounded.
All right.
and he's explosive. He
very
is so explosive.
fast.
I don't think Ricky Gerard does that well in this one for some reason.
What's Vellner doing? He hasn't like created a catastrophe for himself yet. He's
No,
actually
just
in the lead.
yeah.
Well, because
This is so unusual.
He's just the first event.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
This is
Give him some
only-
time. Give him some
Yeah,
time to create,
yeah,
to create some drama.
More
wants some more
drama.
drama.
I mean, you could-
He's also 33. He's aged. You know,
Oh
he's an
my
old man. He's an old man.
I love it. All these people keep coming up to Pat like, you're going to retire, right? He's like, why? I keep winning.
Feel
Like,
good.
I'm doing
You're
well.
the guy who told me, you better do your Masters just in case my last year, pal.
oh, jeez.
I was like, if you say that to me one more time, Matt, I'm going to beat your ass.
I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you the sign up for the next online qualifier. I'm going to sign you up.
I get my invite.
Would you go?
To the Masters?
Yeah.
No, not anymore. I just have movements that I can't do anymore because of my elbow and my knee, right?
excuses.
it's
So you're
Oh,
entire
this guy all about excuses.
Hold on, let me pull up my
yeah,
excuse list over here.
You want him
pretty long.
alphabetical?
It's long.
Yeah, exactly.
It's long.
How much time we got, buddy?
Long but distinguished.
That's right, exactly.
All right, we got Chandler Smith going now.
I'm in the second age group of the Masters, pal. Not even the first anymore.
Oh,
Look at you.
Just
moving
saying.
on up.
It's going to
Literally.
keep ticking away, my friend.
Yeah. Father time, baby.
You don't look a day over 52. You're doing good. You're doing great.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Here we go. Chandler.
Travis Mayer, always showing on
Unbelievable.
Mr.
He's
Consistent.
It never gets
and
the
he's so
media coverage.
unassuming.
My favorite clip. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
Nice.
like,
Nice
it's
little
just that
hurdle.
stuff.
Nice hurdle.
Who's that off to the races down there?
Who is that down there? Yeah, that's not
Reminds me of myself.
running like a gazelle. Oh, it's Gerard.
Oh,
Gerard.
Travis Mayer.
Travis Mayer.
Oh
be.
my! Wow, did Chandler Smith just
Oh,
totally?
no.
Yeah,
We jinxed
we killed it.
No.
Way to go, Pat. I'm blaming
Oh, you said his name first.
you. From the tape. Let me see it. I don't believe it.
No.
Gosh, what happened?
What happened there? Did
Well-
he fumble the bag?
Oh,
I
That
don't
was
know.
that was just strange.
Because I assume
honestly
Chandler, when he
didn't
put his
see.
hands under the bag, he
Yeah.
could probably just like grab the tops.
I
right?
know.
Just throw him over. Just toss him.
All right, who did you choose? You chose Hopper, right? Oh, no, Vellner. You chose
Hopper and Vellner.
Okay.
No,
Supposed
he
to
didn't-
choose one, he chose
So
two.
He
we're-
didn't even
Matt
believe
and
it
I
was-
advanced.
He didn't even go for
He
his own
chose
guy
two
first,
people.
though. He didn't even say his own guy's name first, though. You said Vellner first.
You did say
We
Vellner
got-
first, but it's fine. We're not.
Yeah, because Hopper was on screen. So
Oh, we get a
don't try
fan.
to put me in the doghouse.
We get a fan question here from Lynn
Oh,
K. Question for the panel: do you think the leaders, given that they don't have to do the first round, will be way more prepared than everyone else who at least gets a practice round? So would you rather sit
Yes.
it out or get to do a round?
I'd rather have the automatic buy, personally.
So I think the smart move, you're foolish to not take the automatic buy, because if you do the first round, you have the potential of not going to the next.
Yep.
So
Having a slip
just
up.
from points perspective, it's the smart move. It's
Yep.
the guaranteed better placement.
100%.
But you have one less round on it. There's a quick learning curve. So like, I mean, right now you're seeing times in the 21s, 22s as the fastest. Let's see what they get down to in the final round. But it's also the practice round, but then also you have to sit stagnant through that whole first
True.
round and then the whole second round until the final heat of the second round.
Man, not only did I say Chandler Smith was going to do well, I said Ricky Gerard was not going to do well. Holy Toledo, I'm really smart.
Why are you here again?
Yeah, what am I doing?
Did you write this?
Yeah.
So those top
I feel like you need to talk, like text half of your old announcers and be like, I'm sorry,
Seriously,
man.
I apologize. You guys this is hard to do.
those top
I
five
mean, we should do that. We're
athletes
not going to.
I know.
that
Not
got
going
the
to.
bye, they'll be the first ones to go
In the next round,
second round.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay.
All right. We'll get to see them.
Look at old Fakowski getting that fan down. You know, he's smart.
He's very
Got ice
like,
on his
strategic.
neck.
He has all the little
He knows the
tips
deal.
and-
They're gonna run some numbers there. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back as quick as we can with round 2 of the duel.
Was that all 15 already?
I think so, yeah.
I
those
hope
three
so.
heats?
That's what my
But now
prediction
there's
told me.
3 heats
Yeah,
again.
that makes sense, yeah. That was quick. I guess it was only 20 seconds. You're right.
All right, everybody, and we're back for more action. Event number 5, the Duel 3. This should be round number 2. And we should
we
be
go.
starting off. The first heat of 5 should be the 5 top athletes that didn't have to go in round number 1.
Mr. Hopper.
There he
There
is.
he
Mr.
is.
Mayor. Hoste. Yellow.
Gerard.
My dumb pick.
I mean,
Where are you on that one?
We need to, when we find Chandler
He
later,
has
we need
really
to
good finishes,
apologize
as
and
Bailey
not tell him why.
Martin
Did we ever see did something go wrong?
I think so.
I didn't
I
see
have to
any-
I
assume
think the
something-
bag, because
yeah.
everyone kind of got to the bag at the same
I
time.
don't
Okay.
think something
Dallin.
went right.
I'm really wanting Dallin Pepper to do well. Like, that guy, like, he has so much potential. He's such a big monster. And, like, yeah, he's just, like, I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know, like, you know, where he's at in his training. But, you know, like, I actually kind of thought he might do well this weekend. So hopefully he gets a good finish here.
Dude, I don't know what's with this new generation. Like, I was hanging out at semifinals with, like,
I can't wait
Hopper,
to hear
Dallin, James Sprague, and I'm looking up, I'm like, you're all 6'2".
They're
Like, I remember
Yes.
when people used to tell me, like, oh, like, being short is such a benefit. I'm like, look at the field.
Yeah,
Look at
it's true.
all of them now. They're all huge.
I just always like bringing down the averages on everything. Height.
Well, bringing up the averages on some
On
too,
some.
you know?
Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, who we picking? Oh, you already picked.
I
I already
just-
picked.
I-
I already picked.
I'm going to say
Never
in this
mind.
heat BKG just because
I know.
the guy
he's
has
a
made me
s-
look
a
silly
silent
for
assassin
so many
every time.
years because he's so good and so sneaky that I'm going to call
What's
him out
BK?
right now.
What's his age? He's got to be in
He
his
doesn't age.
29 or 30?
He doesn't age.
He's got to be 30. I know he doesn't age at all.
He's 31.
Oh, dang.
31.
Look at Pat. Get it, bud.
Oh, Adler
Oh,
just
no.
fell off the log. Adler
That was Adler?
fell off the log.
Yeah.
no.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh.
He got to the bag at the same time as
Yeah, he
Ronaldo.
did. No kidding. Holy
Wow,
cow.
what a come.
Pat's last bag. Go, Pat. Gee.
Oh, but Adler made up a lot
There
of
we
time.
go.
on
Are you
that.
kidding me?
He
Adler,
fell
let's go,
off
baby.
the-
Incredibly.
Wow.
Wow. Good for Adler.
Dude,
That
he
was
was
good.
so far behind after that,
That
third
was
log.
yeah, that was crazy.
He moved the bags really well, though.
Super impressive.
I think he slipped when he hit the grass. And
I
lost
want a
his
chest
footing.
like Adler. I mean, Vellner. I want a chest like Vellner. Jeez.
Furry
Okay.
or buff?
Buff.
Or both?
Not furry.
I don't know.
Not furry, just buff. Dude is jacked.
He
Yeah,
really
no
is.
kidding.
Well, you picked a winner.
I want to see, where did
I've been getting to
Adler
hang out
shake
with his
on
son
that?
for the last 2 days,
my
Owen.
goodness. Okay,
Oh
let's see
my
this.
gosh.
I love a good fall. Here we go, Adler.
So good, but
Here we
watch
go,
this.
everything's
Let's
going
see
great.
it. Looking
Happy,
good.
happy,
Yeah.
boom.
Oh, there we go.
I'm new. I don't know what to do.
Who put this
I
log in
have
my way?
fallen. He got up, though.
But dude,
He got to the bag
made
in,
up
like,
some serious time. He
way.
had about an 11-second run if he didn't fall.
Yeah, for real.
Oh man, if he would have got that up a little quicker too, he would have even better time.
Yeah.
He'll fix that, though.
That was great,
That's
yeah.
that's an easy fix.
Yeah, that is. Just
Imagine the psychological trauma you can do to a competitor if he advances. He's like, I'm advancing and I fell.
Right?
Okay.
I
That's
feel, I
how
feel like that's Pat after most
These times are
most
definitely
first
slower
events.
than the other ones, though.
Yeah.
A
Still
lot of
did
the
a
ones
sub
were
25 falling.
so this is all, but this is all the start of a new
Bracket.
round.
Yeah.
So,
So
the,
that's
all
what I meant.
those-
These are the
so all
ones
those
that
times are all
haven't
white.
gone, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so this was all their first run.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. Yeah.
well, last round was everyone else's first run too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just
That's-
saying, like, those times are now gone.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, they're not, because I think what,
They don't have to beat the previous
yeah,
heat.
Mayer was at, what, 21?
Yeah.
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. Mayer's been competing for 58 years. You know, he's got so much experience under his
There's
belt.
17 kids at home, still going strong.
Right. He's got his platoon at home.
Does he have 4 or 5 kids?
I think
Four, I
four,
think, right?
Yeah. I'm sure his wife's pregnant. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That dugout's like a really nice place to hang out, though. They have like the fans going on all ends. They got
Yeah.
water, 37 tons of chalk.
This is, I mean, the venue here is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah,
like the
agreed.
baseball field, like I just love it. I love the way it looks.
It has that tennis stadium vibe.
I did
think.
not know when they announced it last year. I was like, in a baseball diamond? I don't know. Like, what are they going to do with it? You know? And then
Yeah.
and then you show up and you're like, oh, this is just Rogue doing Rogue things.
Exactly. This makes sense.
Yes. It is the coolest event by a lot.
Except
I
for
mean-
the programming, it's terrible. Who writes this? Oh, sorry, it was
Real.
you.
Oh.
All right, who got up?
So, you know, Josh, that's actually a great point. How are you liking it shake out minus the rope climb?
I think I love it, man. Like, are you talking about this event or the whole thing?
This event right here.
Oh, this looks great. I mean, it's so quick, it's so fast, and so I really like it. I think it's awesome. It just makes it there. You can make zero mistakes. It
Yeah.
almost brings in that component of accuracy, right? Like you can't have any mistakes here. No mental mistakes, no mess ups, nothing. Would I have liked to seen the rope climb? Of course. I think that would have been a cool component to this and changed it up a little bit, but it's still playing out great.
They're not going to be shortchanged.
No. And their grip is fine. Their grip has been tested.
Yeah, right.
Has it? Those 120 snatches?
Touch. Or how about the killer cage?
Yeah, the killer cage in the rain.
Yeah,
I mean, let's add
right.
some water to
Yeah,
that.
grip-
Why not?
Yeah.
All right, don't fall on the log. Don't fall on the log. Don't fall on the log.
Oh, nice. Oh, head first.
Yeah, head first.
I like that.
There we go, down. There we go.
Oh, who's out in
wow,
front, though?
wow.
Vikowski? No. Vikowski.
It looks like Verkowski.
Oh, someone just hit the wall, hit the thing and dropped it.
Oh,
The middle guy. Who is
no.
that? Hopper?
No, that's Vikowski.
Oh,
I
that's
thought.
Verkowski.
Oh, he still got it. Oh, I don't know who the middle
no,
guy
that's
was. Bailey Martin, Jay Crouch.
Crouch.
Keep throwing some names.
If you say, keep saying names,
I'm gonna just keep throwing
we
them, and then
will get it
we're gonna
right
get one
eventually.
eventually, yeah.
Yeah, that guy in the middle hit the bag on the bar and dropped it in front.
Yeah, Fikowski used to be tall for a CrossFit athlete.
Yeah, I know.
Now he's average.
Now everyone's sprouted up.
Yeah. How do you think I feel, pal?
Hey, I'm right there with you. Nothing like me doing a show standing next to Brian Shaw at your 6'10", 400 or whatever he is. I'm like, okay, well.
I did his podcast, and I'm like, I was sitting across the desk from him, and I'm like, we're not the same species.
Right.
No.
Dude, he drove me to the airport a couple months ago, and like the whole ride, I'm just staring at him, and it's like he's in an F-150, seat all the way back, knees are still in his armpits. He just looks like he's driving a Mini Cooper.
Matt's just over there thinking, please don't eat me. Please don't eat me.
I hope he doesn't like
I
red meat.
I hope he's not hungry.
Wow.
Nice run, Brett.
That was very nice.
This is a workout like, Miss Fikowski must love workouts like this. He's probably in the back, you know, like writing down his schematics. It's like,
If I take one less step 10 times, that's 10 less steps, and I'll be faster. I can see it, though. It works.
Again, that dude has been trying to compete at the CrossFit Games since 2011, and he's still here in 2023.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's 32.
Wow, I didn't
older than
realize that.
BKG.
It's 2011?
2011. He went to regionals, I believe. Yes.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Hopper getting those hamstrings stretched out. Did you teach him that? That's awesome, man.
That's what they learned up there in Vermont.
Oh. Is that what they give that HWPO stuff? Hey, spin down, get those hamstrings stretched. All right, on to the next round.
Are we on the next round already?
Yeah.
I thought there was one more heat.
Is it already?
I think that was 3.
Are you paying attention to the
No,
event?
because Adler hasn't gone yet. We haven't. Oh no, this is round 2.
Yeah, this is round 2. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure.
right, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing when there's a delay, it's because they're,
Probably,
they're,
you're right.
they're
a bunch
doing
of the
times.
viewers yelling at the screen who do know what round it is.
Right. Listen, you idiots.
22.
Oh, wait. Heat 2. You're right. So there's one more. Almost
tried
made
to
it.
sell that so well.
I'm out of here. Beat it, nerd. Oh, jeez.
22 for Brent. Nice work.
Oh, look at that guy in the back there. He's all chalked up. He literally
Is that Ricky?
So I said they got lots and lots of chalk down there.
dumped a bucket of chalk on his chest.
Hope anybody else didn't want any.
It's gone now.
Oh, man.
Shirt or no shirt?
I was
doesn't
literally
matter
just
for the
about to ask that. Do you
sandbags.
think it helps?
I don't think it matters.
When you're that strong?
I'm wearing a shirt.
I would
Yeah,
too.
I don't know. I don't think it
Is
matters.
wearing a shirt going to help the sandbags?
Probably.
No.
Probably. Oh no. Well, I'm saying wearing a shirt would be probably a little better than not wearing a
Yes,
shirt. Yes. If you're, especially if you're sweating.
I know, it feels wrong saying that, though.
I know. It's CrossFit. CrossFit outside, you have to have your shirt off if you're a dude. I mean, it just makes sense.
Maybe between
I'm thinking about-
loading the third sandbag and sprinting to the end, tear it off.
Yeah.
If we were outside right
In
now,
those
my
3
shirt would
steps.
be off.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you
Feel
were
free at the
outside.
desk
You had a
here.
shirt on.
Shirts versus blouses.
Then we had pancakes.
Right. Here we go.
Oh, grudge
Oh,
cooking.
wow.
He's moving that bag well. That's going to be a close one.
my
Oh, wow.
That was a very
Was that
fast
a
heat.
5-way tie?
Pretty
Like
much.
all
Like,
5
how do you
coming-
distinguish that?
Man, I want to see these right here. Who's got the... Everyone better hope their judge has fast hands.
Yeah. Well, they have the video replay, though.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
yeah, so they can definitely look and see who touched first.
Technology.
Yep, we got it.
This is going to be exciting. Who made it?
Who did it? I mean, Travis used to be a tall CrossFitter.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a statement.
Yeah.
Hey, as you
He
get
is-
older, you shrink.
I mean,
That's
yes.
true, too. We all know that it's a fact.
Wow.
I want to see this in real time.
They have definitely figured out how to get
Somebody's
the
gonna-
bag off the
yeah.
ground very quick
Yeah.
without any
Freeze
extra
frame
energy.
this finish
yeah.
and make it a photo for people to get.
Oh,
And they like
man,
all hit their
that's-
hand at the same time.
Here we go. This will be a good look. I think it's
Hopper,
Hopper.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Travis. I don't know.
Oh, so
Gerard.
Gerard. The
Hey,
is that
Hopper touched the box, all right? It's a win.
A win. We've improved.
Progress, not perfection.
Right.
That's right.
Let's see, I got a text from my coach, says touch the box. Okay.
Yes, got it.
All right, everybody, we're going to be back real soon with more action from event number 5, the Duel 3. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're continuing on with the Duel, event number 5 for the CrossFit athletes, and we are in round 3. And things are starting to get real here. Pat Vellner he's advanced, and he's doing himself a lot of favors. I mean, he is the current leader after 4 events, and no matter what happens, being in this round, he's going to put some good points on the board, and the people that were nipping at his heels are not in the heat with him, so he's doing great.
Man, putting some space in
How
there.
big of a statement is it going to be if Vellner comes out here and wins this Rogue Invitational?
Yeah.
That's going to be a big statement. Especially, you know, he's got a dad bod, so.
The dad bod's working, though.
That's right.
I mean,
crushing it.
But going into
you
this
want
event,
that bod.
Noah Olson was in second. He hasn't advanced. Adler was in third. He didn't advance. Wow. BKG was in fourth. He did.
He did.
Roman entered this event in fifth. He did not advance.
Wow.
And so we're going to have
That is some good points to make
and
up.
this is top 10, so they're out of the top 10.
Do not waste this opportunity.
Brent Fikowski was in sixth. And by the way, Noah Olson in second, Brent Fikowski in sixth. That's only 25 points.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a big swing.
Yep.
Well, how's Fikowski's deadlift?
I don't
Not
know,
bad.
actually.
Not bad.
Good, good. I'm glad you knew.
Let me put you a number on that here.
Give me a number, pal.
For whatever it's worth, whatever,
Vellner has a good
stats,
deadlift, I
stats
feel
are
like.
stats.
No,
but
Vellner's a big deadlift.
it's
He's probably one of the
listed-
strongest.
Listed at 505.
505. Yeah, Vellner's,
Over.
he only has to pull,
600,
he has
I
to only
think.
pull the bar from the ground about that far.
Because his
so.
arms are so damn long.
Yeah.
I definitely rode that wave when he was like deadlifting 600 at the games,
Yeah.
and I'm going up for like a 500 type thing.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd's going nuts
500.
for Vellner,
Yeah.
and so I made sure to take my attempt every time he did, so that I could ride
It's
the
me.
crowd. Yeah.
They did it for me. They love me.
Hey, I hit a PR.
Ride
They're
the
cheering
wave.
for me,
Yeah.
not for you, Pat. Remember when old Bud's instructors would do that? They're
what now?
cheering when we'd be running on the beach.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
cheering for us, not
Yes.
for you.
Wonderful people. God
Yes,
bless them.
yes.
Wonderful people.
Pat, you know, you were a SEAL. Were you? How's that hip, pal?
It's great. It's super. Just lifted my foot 3 inches and had a spasm. Almost fell on the floor.
That was an interesting technique.
Oh, right there, the one in the Adlers?
No, the one on the left, he like slid on his butt to go under the low one. It was like
Nice.
weird, I think. No, not the falling
Man,
technique.
Vellner could just
Yeah, that's going to be
set
huge.
himself up so well. And then the next event of the night plays
like-
so
Yeah.
well for him
How-
as well. I mean,
how-
come on.
It's so rare to be in first place and then second, third, fourth. Like know,
Yeah.
like they're already out.
Yeah.
And it's
Gonna add some separation for
And
sure.
you love the next event coming up too. You're like, I'm going
Exactly.
to sleep well tonight.
Yes. It's
but
gonna have a
then
good
there's
Saturday
still
night.
300 points tomorrow.
Yep, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like, oy.
I would just win them all tomorrow.
I
It's
do
easy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do.
I do know what you mean.
I mean, that's
Good.
the easiest thing to do.
Good. You've
Happy
done
Gilmore.
this
I
before?
should just put it in the hole the first time all
Yeah.
the time.
I
It was
do.
way easier.
Yeah, way easier. Man, I should just, it's putting stuff. We're getting a lot of Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore references, you know? Big Adam Sandler guys over here.
Huge Adam Sandler guy.
Yes, same.
But my favorite one is because of Freddie. I always think like, what's your 5-year plan? Don't die.
That's Big Daddy.
Old skin and gross.
Finish the line.
Yeah, go ahead, finish the line. I won't finish it. Yeah, finish the line.
I'm good. I kept it
So will you
PG.
say that to Freddie?
Sometimes. More like, what's your 3-year plan? I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Did you see some of these guys' music choices, music selections?
No.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
some of them. Okay.
So
Does anyone
bad.
watch F1?
So bad.
Yeah, I
Adler-
watched that Netflix series.
Adler said, when they asked Adler if you could listen to one album for the rest of your life, he said Nickelback.
Oh, did he really?
I
With a
think he
straight
was
face?
joking.
No, he was not. I saw him
Nickelback
afterwards.
has made it as a top slot for 20 years already. I'll listen to it for another 20.
But there was a song called 33 Max Verstappen, and I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I was like, is this really a song? It really was a song.
I was very unimpressed by the music selections. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, all right, one album. What's your choice?
Oh, Led Zeppelin 4. What?
All right.
Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, number 2.
Tell
you
me
need
you're,
another
tell,
one?
tell me
You
you're
need
born in the
another one?
60s without telling me you're born in the 60s.
83, baby. 83. Who was your daddy and what does he do?
My daddy. That's such a good movie, too. It is not a tumor.
All right, who we got in this heat?
I'm gonna
I'm
get
going
BKG
Vellner.
again.
No, I'm going
Yeah.
Vellner.
I'm going to go Vellner, too.
Can
I'm
Pepper
going
can Pepper
BKG.
redeem himself here? Let's go, Pep. Get a little pep in that step. Dad joke. He's almost going too high over that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
over
a
the-
lot of-
almost
a lot of jump, yeah.
Extra wasted effort.
Vellner is off at a fantastic
He ain't messing
pace.
around.
Uh-oh,
Oh.
Oh, Hosta.
Nice, Pat, good.
Nice. He got a
Wow.
little quick there,
Yeah,
too.
on the second bag, it looked like there's a little fobble.
Yeah,
little
he
fall
couldn't
off
get
the
it
ground.
fully out. Yeah.
He was so much faster, though, from dropping his last bag. Did you see him and Pepper? I think Pepper dropped it before him, but he was faster to the box.
Huh.
It's like, just run.
Around the teeter totter.
Come on. Young guns, man.
It's only 4 steps.
You're 20 years old. You should run faster.
Wow.
Vellner is just so fast over the logs. He carries
Yeah.
his momentum
See,
forward.
he did that stomach slide thing. Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Moving with a purpose. I love it.
What better event to do it than
Yeah.
this one?
Like, this is one of those ones where sometimes you just, maybe 3/4 to whatever the thing is, but this is a sprint.
No, this is a sprint from
Like
the go.
from the go, yeah. Like, you can't waste any moment. Well said, huh? Good job.
English your first language?
Yeah. Hello.
And now this is the last round of the third heat.
We
Last heat
believe
of-
so.
yeah.
Sec-
We believe
second
so.
of the third heat.
I'm not saying a word.
Where
I think
are
you're
we?
correct.
Yeah,
I think
where am
you are
I?
What
correct.
time is it? What day is it?
I don't even know how to spell my own name right now.
We're gonna keep watching until they say the event's over.
Pretty much.
That's right. Just gotta sit down there.
Vellner's
Take
like,
your
this
medicine.
feels so unnatural. No,
I
all those-
love that the final. It's not the final. The final heat isn't 5. It then goes to 2.
Yes.
That is cool.
It
I
is
like
cool.
that too. They did that last year too, yeah, with the head-to-head.
Whenever they do these events, where you kind of got to sit out and wait and watch the rest of them, you're just like, man, it's not that much fun for these guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there.
Remember the clean? Well, I
Yes.
did that on the clean ladder
Yes.
in 2000.
The
Well,
clean-
it happened twice actually.
That was 13, I believe. The clean-
14.
14,
Well, the
14 was
14
the first
the
year.
speed
with
ladder,
the speed
yeah.
ladder.
But then the 13, you had to do the same thing. You had to stop
Clean
and
and
sit
jerk.
where you're
Oh.
like at your weight, and like you're like, oh, I'm back here and they're up there, bandy bars. Cool. Good job, guys.
Bye, Neil Maddox. See you later.
Yeah. Asia Bartow, Rich,
Yep.
Lucas Parker.
Oh, Lucas Parker.
Yeah. So watch Pepper and Vellner. Like, they both hit at the same time, but like Vellner was just so much faster. Here we go. Hopper, Fikowski,
Who you got, Matt?
I'm going Hopper on this one.
Mayer.
Dude,
Oh, man.
Travis
No,
Mayer.
Travis
Travis
Mayer.
Mayer and Fikowski both had really fast times.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Gerard chalked up again.
It's his white shirt.
I remember before an event, I was chalking my equipment, and Dave was like, "That's enough." And I was like, "I'll tell you when
Right.
it's enough."
Right?
I will apply until
This is-
I'm happy.
This
Yeah.
is my D-ball.
Right.
Right. For the next 8 minutes, this is mine. That's enough.
I can't believe he actually said that.
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
I can, but
Really? You can't believe that.
I mean, I can.
Go, go, go.
Travis had a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah.
Can he make it up at the bags? Let's see.
Oh, yeah, he kind of can.
Yeah.
I mean,
5-way tie again.
wow. Wow.
Man.
What a comeback from Travis. Holy smokes.
Hopper, baby.
wasn't.
Yeah, that was, I think, the fastest time we've seen, 20.5.
I think Travis dropped the bag. It wasn't actually falling, hadn't fallen in. It was on the rail and then like tipped in as he took
They said
off.
that was okay.
I know, but I'm
Yeah.
like, that was awesome.
That is risky.
Yeah, really risky, exactly.
But I mean,
At
either
that
way,
point,
you're
right.
going to lose that time. You might as well lose 10 seconds and take the risk.
That was cool.
That was awesome.
That was fast run.
Hopper with 20.5.
20.5, that's got to be the fastest
That has
time
to be
so
the fastest. I think
far.
21 was the fastest we
Yeah,
saw.
20s, that's crazy.
Who's going sub 20?
So are you thinking Vellner Hopper at the end?
If it's Vellner Hopper at the end, you are going to see two men go recklessly fast.
Yes.
Tell him to stretch those hamstrings beforehand.
That's right, yeah.
Extra stretch.
Two more toe touches.
Two more.
Right.
Yeah, send
Add
them a
two
little video.
2 to the repertoire.
Make sure they don't mess it up. Send them a video. Oh, I didn't see that. I kind of wish they would have shown Travis. I wanted to see if it actually did. It looked like it.
I think. Oh, no, that's not.
Yeah.
Like 200 pounds, shoot, no problem. You weigh these things.
Oh man, he almost like looked like he took it like
Here
oh,
we
I'm
go.
good.
Here's Travis. We can watch him now.
That middle one, yeah.
Is Travis center lane?
Middle, yeah, middle lane.
Yeah.
I think it did. I couldn't.
He was
I
almost
think
like
it's just-
he was almost
it's
next to
almost-
it.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna be an exciting finish.
I know.
We still got two more, right?
Five
the
and then
five and
two.
then
Yeah,
two.
the 5
yeah,
and 2.
yeah, 5 and 2. Such a cool event. So fast.
They just nailed it with the programming.
That's why I was gonna say it, but
Half of
you
that
know,
team is
I'm
really
glad
smart.
you did.
Half of that team is genius.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
2/3 of that team is awesome. One guy really.
I thought there was only two of you.
Katie, Chris, and myself. Pal.
Oh, Katie. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I thought you and Chris did the
I know,
program.
me
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, 2/3 of you are pretty
Yes.
cool.
Uh-oh, whoa,
more
whoa,
so-
whoa.
the extra two.
They're gonna zoom in on it.
Zoom in on it. Someone didn't tell him how to do his hamstring stretches that well.
The demo girl was not good.
They're going to put a drone on the hamstring.
Yeah. Oh, no,
We're
not
jinxing
good.
everything over here.
Not good. Come on, Hop. More toe touches, pal. Oh, there. Okay.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a short break and come back with more action here from men's event number 5. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are in event number 5, round 4 of the Duel 3, and as if it wasn't serious, it's about to get real. I mean, we've got
I think
10
we're-
athletes about to compete here, so you might as well risk it all.
It's true.
I mean, because
Yeah.
there's only going down to 5 then too. So I mean,
No, we're already at 5.
Are we at 5 right now?
5,
Yeah.
yeah. You gotta
This-
take
this-
all
Hey,
that
welcome.
risk,
Hey,
yeah.
Pat, welcome.
Yeah,
welcome
yeah,
back, Pat.
hey, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
No, they're on the round of 5.
Yeah, round
and
of
I think we're about to
five.
see
Right,
another
right.
like 5-way tie.
Yes.
Dude, fun for us.
So cool. How's Hopper's deadlift?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. He does it.
Good talk. Thanks
I don't-
hey, thanks for the insight.
I don't think
number.
I'm not gonna tell everyone what his PR is.
I don't care. I'm just asking. I don't think it really matters now. It matters what he pulls out here.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm really excited. We talked about this earlier, I think. Like, a lot of these athletes have never seen a 1-rep max deadlift in competition, and so it's really cool. I'm excited to see it.
I think.
When
I
was the
feel
last
like it
time they
started
did that?
coming up, like
No,
because
they
they
did
did
the
it at the
CrossFit total.
games. They did it at the games.
The ladder.
The deadlift ladder.
The
But then they
ladder.
did a couple of the online competitions where it was like a 3-rep deadlift and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
Not the same. No.
No.
But you don't think the total's the same?
Well, the total, that was in 17.
No. Was it? No. 18.
I was at the total. I was there.
Yeah, then we did it the next year.
Then we
or
did it
2
in
years.
18
I
also.
don't fucking remember. It's all a blur. I know I've
We
done
did
it
beca-
several
no, we
times.
did because
They
we
didn't
had
do it
to-
at 2020. So,
No, they had to do it
Yeah, we
because we
did
did
in
it with the
2020.
with the marathon row.
Josh,
It was the
I think
same
it's a
day
good
of the
idea.
total.
I just think it's a good idea that they get the deadlift. I think it's a great idea.
Would you choose this lift as your max lift?
What's
Would
that?
you choose it if you had to pick a lift
No.
for yourself?
No,
Okay,
not even close.
that's good.
I would go with like a back squat.
Yeah.
But I actually prefer seeing like something like that in a workout. Like
I like the
love.
back squat.
We were talking about this, like setting the precedent now that back squatting is going to be a part of workouts, and I love it.
And not have to take it from the ground and have that be the limiting factor.
Exactly. Yes. We just see so much of the Oli lifting. So hey,
Right.
brute strength, baby, grip and rip.
Kind of similar. I like that bench press is showing up every once in a while in
Yes.
the Metcon, too.
But unracking it and re-racking it, you think like that's way worse than having to pick it up off the floor. Like
Yeah.
half the people were struggling getting the back squat back in the rack.
Right. Well, I think they had to define where their J cups were set, and then I heard a little story how like people were talking about they didn't realize they were going to do a low bar out there, and then they were having actually trouble because they had it set at like more like a high bar, so they had it set up a little too high for
So they had
themselves.
unrack it high
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, or they were like trying to go low bar, but it wasn't. So they were like tiptoeing
Here we
out
go.
of it.
All right, your 5 fastest gentlemen right here. It's going to go down
dang.
to 2 athletes after
That
this.
stomach slide though.
Reckless
Hopper did that
abandon.
too.
Oh,
I saw that Vellner side eye.
I did too when he was
Yeah,
running.
yeah.
Oh
Hopper's
wow,
moving.
Hopper is moving.
Yeah, he is.
Damn, that's gonna be 19.
Wow.
Oh, we got
19.
Fikowski get in first.
Wow.
Fikowski.
Sub 20.
Vellner.
There it is.
Sub
There
20,
it
baby.
is.
All right.
Wow.
So would that be Fikowski and Hopper in the final?
Fikowski Hopper, yeah.
I mean, third place for Vellner is still
Third
great.
place is incredible. I mean, he was leading coming into this. He is.
And then everyone behind him
Was in the
got cut
11 through
rounds
15,
ago.
right? Yeah.
Sub 20. That was
You're next. Try it.
smooth. That was smooth.
Wow. It's like he got shot out of a cannon. Those 2 extra toe touches really did him good.
Hopper reminds me of like a Dave Lipson,
What?
where like he literally comes in and either destroys a workout or he doesn't do very well, and it's kind of like it's weird, right? You know those athletes that like
Yeah,
they're
but Dave
either like,
Lipson was a very
you don't like
weird
Dave Lipson.
reference
Dave,
for me.
Dave Lipson didn't go to the games, but I competed against him at regionals, and he literally won like 2 or 3 workouts and then took dead last in the other ones. So that's I mean,
Got
so,
some
yeah, I
home
guess,
runs.
so if you didn't know the SoCal regional, then yeah, I guess the reference didn't make it.
wow. And he slowed down
I
to the
know.
finish too.
There was no one near him.
No.
That's insane.
Oh, Fikowski, but he's not touching the box.
No. I thought it was box. Oh.
Oh.
But is it the side? Did they touch the side? Does it have to be the top? I don't know. Oh,
Or did they change it?
I have no idea.
Huh. Wow, that was impressive, though.
I'm like getting nervous. I like held my breath for
I'm
a second.
excited for this one. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You got to remind yourself you're not on the floor.
No. Is it under video review though? Because they like slow-moed it.
Yeah.
I don't know where he touched. Maybe they touched the side though. You know, like when you're going through. I have no idea.
This would be great to watch those two, but no matter what, man, Vellner just did himself such
Yep.
a big favor.
Mhm.
Here we go. One more time.
I think that belly slide is key.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. That was awesome.
Man, that's so close.
So
Such a
close.
clean run.
So close, yeah.
Travis Mayer, not bad.
Yeah.
No, really
bad.
good.
I mean, the fact that we're doing this with 200-pound sandbags, you know, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that the 150 felt like...
The 150-pound D-ball, when it first came out,
Dude.
crumbled people.
Right. Now the 200 pounds like it's a joke.
It's a sprint.
Yeah, it's a
It's
sprint.
in
It's
sprint
part
workouts.
of a sprint. 3 of them. Not just 1-3.
Why do you think the Sandbag kind of took over the D-ball's role?
I think
Because the D-ball kind of came out first. So.
Yeah, the D-ball came out first, but I think there's, with how slick that D-ball
True,
was,
true.
right? So sweat became a factor.
I'm sorry, can we just talk about I've ordered a 200-pound D-ball, and I got asked like 14 times. He's like, "You're sure you want one ball that's 200 pounds?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey man, sorry, like what's the confusion here? Like, it's on your site."
Yeah.
And he was like, "The price of it was absurd."
Oh,
and then
sense.
shipping, just the shipping on it was $1,200. And so the guy was like, "I'm going to give you the ball for free."
Just pay
Because
for the shipping.
because the shipping is
That's
ridiculous.
amazing.
I was like, "Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that."
Katie and Bill sent me a 200-pound D-ball years ago. I remember, like, I went to the Rogue headquarters once, and I was like, "Oh, I need this."
Yeah.
And she sent it, and like the 200-pound D-ball, it is insane how like dense.
Oh, I can only imagine.
But because it's the same size as the 150, it's not any bigger.
Oh, what do they put it in then?
I don't know.
Lead?
I have no idea.
Depleted uranium.
It's like, well, that guy kept asking me, and I was like, "Hey, like, is there something wrong?" And he was like, "No, I'm asking you because I have to go pull the mold. I'm gonna go make this
Oh,
D-ball
sheesh.
right now because we don't stock them." Like,
That's
he was like, "Who wants a
incredible.
200-pound D-ball?"
Yeah.
Do you know who I am,
I do.
sir?
Yeah, I do.
I touch it twice a year.
I don't know if you know who I am, sir. I won the games 5 times, pal. You
Well,
just
it's, like
make
my,
me
it's like my home gym now. It's like I think I have 3 sets of those 200-pound row kettlebells,
Yes.
and I'm like,
Oh,
because
oh,
I had
because of the-
because I had a set in my home gym in Tennessee, a set in my home gym in Vermont, and then
I know those 200-pounders just like sit there.
Yeah.
It's like every once in a while.
Once a
they
year.
get
Games
wheeled
training,
out,
they come out.
deadlifts.
who was it? Cody Anderson. I think I saw him do a swing, catch it in a goblet squat, and
No.
then goblet it.
He weighs like 125 pounds. Cody Anderson?
No, that's this. He's actually like 175 or 180.
Really?
Yeah.
With a mustache?
Yeah.
No.
Recently
You're
on
thinking.
social media, right?
Wait, I'm thinking
yeah.
Cody
yeah, I think.
Anderson.
But
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, I think
You're
you're
talking about
correct.
one of the
I think
Anderson
you're correct.
brothers.
No, Cody Anderson.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Cody.
think
Cody,
Cody
like,
Anderson.
like from
Yeah, the gymnast
Yeah.
from the
like
games.
the Northwest.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
North
Okay, I was just double checking.
Yeah. No,
He
like
was tiny.
no, like he
He's-
always got
he's-
labeled as the
He's
small
wicked
guy.
strong.
He was strong.
But then
though, yeah.
he took the year off, or he took a year off from the games. I think focused on weight. Dude, his weightlifting numbers for big, like he was clean and jerking, I think 365 or so.
I do remember being really good.
his
at
But I remember seeing his body weight, and he always got referenced as like so small. I thought it was like 180 or so, and I was like,
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
that's not.
interesting.
That's on the smaller side of the guys out here, but
I
that's not
literally thought he
small.
weighed like 150 pounds.
I mean, because his first year in
I
14.
mean, and I could be so far off. Like he could be.
Probably
He,
not.
yeah.
We don't worry about the facts. Just
I
tell the
know.
story.
Just say things, okay? But in 14 in the speed clean ladder, like he like got buried by, what was it, the 325
Yeah.
or whatever it was, and then his last year he tripled,
Yeah.
like he tripled 350 like it was a joke.
Yeah.
It was insane.
He did work with Amy for a long time. You know what I
There
mean?
we go.
With the Olympic lifting stuff, and
Yeah.
she's obviously an amazing coach. So,
I don't know who she is.
wow.
Just kidding.
Amy and I Everett, look her up on HWPO Lift. I'll give you a code, Fraser
Hey,
15.
15? Perfect.
Only for your first
Let
month.
me get that. Let me write that down real quick. Yeah. If I don't get to try it for free, I don't want it, pal. Oh, look at that face.
Sold out. Everything on the field.
Yep.
Got to.
I mean, it paid off. He's in second, right?
Yep.
That's great.
It's kind of crazy, too, because they get less rest, right, in between rounds as it goes on.
Yeah. Hopper. I got Hopper, I think. I'm going to go with your boy.
I think I kind of got him, too.
I mean, I'm hoping for Hopper.
I'll pick Fikowski.
Oh, it's Fikowski, not Vellner.
Yeah.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, I was like, Vellner will throw caution to the wind on this one.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's
Reckless
Fikowski,
abandon.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably be like the 5 points aren't worth it. He'll be back there with the schematics.
You're terrible.
Oh, no, with all of our predictions,
I know, seriously. What am I?
Vellner's probably going to win.
Don't listen to
Yeah,
me.
right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That just looks so cool.
Yeah, it's a great shot. All right, everybody, crunching some final numbers. We're going to take a short break, and we will come back for the final round of men's event 5.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Hopper versus Brent Bukowski. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Round Rock, Texas, get on your feet and make some noise. It's Invitational.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the final round of event number 5, the Duel 3. And we are going to see 2 athletes with absolutely nothing to lose go full send. It's going to be miraculous.
Here we go. One, shirts versus skins.
Yep.
It is.
Let's
it's true.
go.
Matt did say shirt would be better.
Yeah. And I think Hopper has proven that so far.
Yeah, right.
But Bukowski's obviously doing it for all the CrossFit men out there because you shouldn't be a man apparently and have a shirt on outside.
That's fact.
To be clear, if
Yeah.
I was as lean
Put
as
that on there.
Bukowski,
That's-
I would never have a shirt on either.
He's pretty shredded, that's for sure. Oh.
Uh-oh. Don't get DQ in the final, pal.
Dude, the belly slide, I dig it.
And they are neck and
this
neck.
is close.
Oh, get the
Hopper-
afterburners right there.
Go back, go.
Nice. Got one in clean,
Dude,
two
it
in
is tight.
clean.
He's got him.
I got him, yeah. Well done,
Well,
boys.
yeah.
That was really, that was a great race.
There we go, J-Hop. Sub 20 seconds again.
Give him a hug.
2
Tell
for
him he
2.
did a good job. Hey, second place is cool, too.
Got them goosebumps.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
19 twice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So is that 2 event wins for him? Did he get the did he
He
hold
took
on?
third in that one, yeah, the killer cage.
Oh,
the
he took
killer
third,
cage,
but he
I
won the
think.
heat. He won his heat, yeah.
Yeah, he
okay.
did really great in that event.
Is it
yesterday.
yeah.
Guys, he's like, don't touch me.
Don't you ever
Get
touch
your
me.
hands off me, punk.
Both committed to that belly slide.
Yeah, man.
He was
And-
just so fast on that sprint.
Yeah. He's got some
Yeah.
wheels.
And Bukowski was in 6th going into this. Again,
I mean, that's going to
not
be
a big
great
point
for him.
spread.
Yeah.
The leaderboard is going to take some big changes here. And Kiki Dixon caught up with both gentlemen shortly. She
He's
was
pretty
down there.
fun. I love it. The
Up
passion.
and over, up and over.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Man, they gave the fans everything they could have asked for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What a good race.
Super fun.
It was tight.
It was.
Yeah, that was a great finale. I mean, come on. Final heat. Hopper's cruised into that box every time. And here's Kiki Dixon caught up with both gentlemen.
Jason, congratulations on your event win. What an exciting event. Walk me through that last run.
Oh, it's such a great event. Rogue puts on an amazing event for sure. It's an adrenaline rush, honestly. No time to really think. Rely on execution, rely on your training, and just send it.
Jason just sent it. You're known to be very calculated. Where was the balance of calculation and just full send?
Yeah, the first round, kind of getting my bearings, learned a few things, and I just tried to speed up one thing every round. I think my times got a little faster each round, but they were always a little slower than Hopper's, so.
You did get faster a little bit each round. What were the adjustments that you were making along the way?
Contact time on the sprint, I was lagging a bit, and then the one thing I noticed from Hopper was he would put the bag in and immediately bring his chest down to the bag, and I was taking my time getting down to the next bag. So that was one thing I was able to do to get into the final 2.
Brent was taking some cues from you. I saw you had a little conversation with Adler and Vellner there before this final run. What advice did they give you, and was it any help?
Yeah, I mean, every time I jumped over the log, I was jumping too high, and so there was like this dead time of me just floating, and I knew that was just wasting time. And so talking to Vellner about how I could just not miss the log by jumping, not high enough, but just get over just in time.
Well, congratulations. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
That's all, I mean, I can relate to that. I can jump so high that oftentimes I'll have to rein it in.
You
or
overshoot
it's
the
so
4 foot log.
inefficient.
You
It's so
overshoot.
inefficient. I jump over things, cars all the time. It just happens. So you
Lower it a little.
you
Yeah,
play
bring
the-
it down. Bring
you
it down.
play the hand that you're dealt. So I can't wait to see what actually happens to the leaderboard after what we just saw go down there in event number 5. We've got more strongman coming up, more CrossFit coming up, but 5 events down. Matt, what's going through your head right now? You know, we've still got 1 event left tonight, but some closing thoughts.
Oh man, I'm just excited. Being a spectator here, and like you saw that last event, like it's a 5-way tie on a 20-second event. Like it's exciting. This is tight competition. Next event, deadlift, so we get to see some of the CrossFitters lift some big weight. So it's going to be exciting.
And as the programmer,
it's playing out well. I mean, we've had some grueling workouts so far. To see some fast, furious, like no mistake type workout, and now we have a 1-rep max deadlift. This is cool for the athletes, right? They put in some work right now, and now they're getting to have some fun with these types of workouts.
And China, what are you walking away with?
I love that no one is really running away with it. There's like a high here, a low there, a high here, a low there. It's keeping everyone on their toes, and I think it makes for an exciting weekend.
We've got the final event for the strongmen coming up soon. Another great event coming up later for the CrossFit athletes. We will see more action here at the Tailgate Show coming up soon.